It's Thursday, August 13th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, a piece of a monument dedicated to 3 RCMP officers has been stolen. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And you scream, I scream, we all scream for ice cream. It's Miracle Treat Day, and there's no better time to indulge in a blizzard. We'll tell you why in our 7 o'clock hour.
Plus, Vive l'Acadie. The Guru Time Festival kicks off today in Halifax ahead of National Acadian Day. We'll welcome an Acadian dance troupe to our studio a little later. All that and so much more just ahead on the Thursday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning. Come on in, 6:01. It's Thursday, August 13th. Already almost midway through August, if you can believe it. Let's pump the brakes on summer. What a beautiful day it was yesterday.
Oh, it was so gorgeous outside.
Did you get outside and enjoy it?
Yes, of course I did. But I have to tell you, when it came to the eclipse time, or the partial eclipse time, I was in the middle of nap time.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. How about you ladies?
I did. Beautiful day. I got out and enjoyed it. Just savored every second. Really enjoying that sunshine, no humidity. What about you?
Not really.
You didn't get out, eh?
Yesterday I had a lot of stuff to do at home with the kids.
Yeah. It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Did a workout inside. I should have went outside, but it's just kind of one of those things.
Well, it was, for those who got a chance to get it, was lovely. Did not catch the eclipse either.
Yeah.
Yeah, but lots of people did. I know we have a story in the news about that coming up.
Yes, we'll show you a professional photo of it if you've missed it or had a hard time seeing it.
There you go. Today, how lucky are we in the weather lottery?
Well, it's pretty much the same as yesterday, but cooling down. So our daytime highs will be below seasonal to seasonal for much of them. We will be holding on to sunshine early in the morning. We do have some pop-up shower activity yet again across Atlantic Canada. So pretty much the same, a very low chance of shower activity into the afternoon. Here's a live look at Confederation Bridge, though. Early this morning to start your day, it is 17 degrees outside as of right now. We are going to see sunshine as the sun begins to rise across much of the Maritimes. 17 degrees as well in Charlottetown, with 15 degrees in Halifax, 12 starting off your day in Fredericton, 11 in Labrador City, and 15 in St. John's, Newfoundland. So here's a look at our satellite and radar. As I mentioned, sunshine early in the morning for all 3 maritime provinces, seeing some sunshine return for parts of Newfoundland. But we are going to see precipitation track across much of Atlantic Canada again later today into the afternoon, but it's still a very low chance of shower activity expected. And in terms of our wind forecast, starting off light, we'll continue to pick up this afternoon. As of right now, 20 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 13 into Moncton as well as into Sydney, 11 in Grand Etang and Charlottetown. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your long-range forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you so much, Latavia. There's been a fire retardant spill along a northeastern highway in New Brunswick, leaving behind a brightly colored solution. The spill happened on the northbound lanes of Route 11 between Charlot and Jaquette River. According to the province, the solution, which is used to slow or stop the spread of fire, consists of ammonium polyphosphate, which is a fertilizer type of phosphate salt. The province is reviewing any potential impacts to people or the environment. Officials say in the meantime, the public should avoid direct contact with the substance. An unscheduled price adjustments means you'll be paying more at the pumps in Prince Edward Island this morning. Gas increased by 5.8 cents a liter, the minimum price now $1.86.2. And diesel increased by 7.5 cents, the minimum price now $2.36.2 a liter. Prices in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia increased yesterday. CTV's Scott Hurst will break down why we're seeing prices steadily increase this week. That's coming up in our 8 o'clock hour. A cloud of tension between 2 eastern provinces could soon be lifting. CTV News has learned the federal government and the provinces of Quebec and Newfoundland and Labrador are close to a new deal on Churchill Falls. Sources say a formal announcement on the hydroelectric project could come next week. The new deal is expected to allow more power to be sent to Labrador, a major sticking point for the Atlantic province. The original Churchill Falls deal, signed in 1969, resulted in Newfoundland selling power at a discount to Quebec at rates far below market value. A piece of a monument dedicated to 3 RCMP officers who were killed in the line of duty in Moncton in 2014 has been stolen. Nadine Larsh told CTV News she was visiting the statue of her late husband, Constable Doug Larsh, Wednesday morning when she noticed one of the 12 bronze maple leaves that wrap around the monument was missing. Larsh says she can't fathom why anyone would do such a thing.
I'm very angry that somebody came here and stole one of the bronze maple leaves from the base of the monument. And we all put our thumbprints in the base of the monument on the leaves to kind of leave our prints there for forever.
The monument was built to honor Constables Doug Larsh, Dave Ross, and Fabrice Jovadin, who were shot and killed by a gunman in Moncton on June 4th, 2014. RCMP are investigating the theft and looking for any video surveillance from the area. Halifax police are investigating a shooting after a man was found with a gunshot wound at a homeless encampment in Dartmouth. The victim was found on Green Park Road and taken to hospital with serious injuries. Police say the investigation is in its early stages, but they do not believe this was a random incident. The area at Green Park Road where the man was found is one of 2 homeless encampment sites designated by the city. The man accused of making a bomb threat in Halifax on Monday will be back in court on Friday. 54-year-old Ali Askara faces charges of uttering threats and public mischief after a bomb threat was made to the U.S. consulate in Purdy's Wharf, which caused the evacuation of nearby streets. Police later said there was no threat and the roads reopened. The accused was set to appear in Halifax Provincial Court Tuesday and Wednesday, but both hearings were adjourned.
We're still waiting for the police to complete their investigation. The relevant facts, pertinent facts that could still be there, they're important to both the Crown and defense. So just waiting until Friday to allow that investigation to continue so that we have more information.
He is scheduled to be back in Halifax court at 9:30 tomorrow morning. PEI is rolling out a series of benches at locations associated with the best-selling novel This Summer Will Be Different.
And I can see people sitting here and staring out at the water, the wind in their face, and kind of dreaming of their own journey and their own stories. And I'm so touched.
That's Canadian author Carly Fortune sitting on the handcrafted bench installed at Basin Head Provincial Park. Another will be installed at the Point Prim Lighthouse. Other locations featured in Canadian author Carly Fortune's work will see benches over the coming months. Fortune said in a statement that her novel is now part of the landscape thanks to the benches. Finally, to the skies now. Did you see that partial solar eclipse yesterday? If not, we've got an image for you. Take a look at this. This was provided to CTV News by a professor at Dalhousie University, David Hoskin, who captured the image at the peak for our region. The path of totality or total eclipse was over Spain and parts of Iceland and Greenland yesterday afternoon.
Oh, this is fun. So that's all we get. Is that tiny little sliver?
We get we got a third. St. John's was the other part on the East Coast that got a bit more than a third. If you're looking for Atlantic Canada, I guess you could say that was the prime spot, but still really cool.
Oh, it's super cool. It kind of looks like a big googly eye, and I'm enjoying it.
Pac-Man chasing a ghost.
Or Pac-Man chasing a ghost, or yeah, lots of fun. Okay,
Yeah.
Well, there we go. We got to see it. Now you got to see it too, Amanda, since you had your eyes closed during the eclipse.
No, I had my own eclipse at that point in time.
That was a total eclipse, so the one you were experiencing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. And still ahead, we'll have more on the eclipse and the viewing party at SMU, St. Mary's University in Halifax.
Yes.
That looked like fun. Okay. Environment Canada has launched a new warning system for tornadoes and severe thunderstorms. This is news you can use. The new system will allow forecasters to draw a perimeter around, like with your fingers there. That's fun. I love when the video matches up exactly to what you're saying. Anyway, you draw a perimeter around the area most likely to be hit by alerts, and then it's going to push the alert to that specific area. Forecasters hope this will reduce warning fatigue because before the system was broader. but this time it's very specific. So this is cool, and that it eventually will, both systems are operational right now, but eventually they'll transition entirely to the new one. We don't get this a lot in our region, but occasionally we do get severe thunderstorms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
Thank you for confirming. Yeah. Exactly. It's around this perimeter right here. I love that.
Where you can see it. Funny story. Quick story. When I was on vacation in Ontario visiting family, I had a little niece. She asked, she's like, do we get tornadoes in Ontario? And I was like, well, I mean, it's not very common, but it can happen, but super rare. We were going to a park, started to rain a little bit, went back to the house. Wouldn't you know it, less than 10 minutes later, we get an alert for a tornado going through. Fortunately, there was no damage, but boy, did downpour, and the wind really picked up. And now my niece Zoe's going to think that adults are liars.
Yeah, that's funny. Where I grew up, I grew up as a kid in the very most southern part of Canada.
Okay.
Very, very south. Tornado Alley. We used to get tornado warnings all the time. They'd come up on the TV. It was quite scary. And the sky would change color completely. Fortunately, we never actually had any touchdown in my region, but it was serious. Like, people in southern Ontario will be getting those alerts all the time. Yeah.
All right, we're going to have our first break here on this Thursday morning. I'll have a look at your national news headlines, the latest on trade negotiations in Washington. Plus, speaking of the weather, Latavia has the first full look at the forecast. Let's take a live look at the Hub City this morning. You see the sun rising in Moncton. Here's a live look at Main Street. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada, and happy Thursday. The time now is 6:14. We're taking a live look at a calm start to the day over in Antigonish. We'll be seeing sunshine early this morning before isolated showers are expected to return later into the afternoon with the risk of thunderstorms. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. A bit cooler starting off your day across the region. 16 degrees right now in Halifax with 13 into Yarmouth. 16 starting off your day in Charlottetown with 11 degrees in Fredericton and in Labrador City. 11 in St. Anthony. Over to our forecast timeline. We are going to see sunshine for much of the Maritime region to start your day. Newfoundland and Labrador, a bit of a cloudier start to the day. We are going to see some sunshine for parts of Newfoundland as cloud coverage begins to break down and clear out. But we do have precipitation across the region as well. A chance of showers expected for parts of Labrador. Also seeing a chance of shower activity for parts of Newfoundland. And for the Maritime region, looking at some isolated showers returning into the afternoon with the risk of thunderstorms. We are going to see the heaviest of the shower activity situated into the Tri-County area of Nova Scotia. Still going to remain quite light, but we will be seeing those totals pick up along the Atlantic coast of Nova Scotia. That will take us into early Friday morning. We will be seeing wet weather continue in the forecast to end off the work week. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, we are only seeing around 5 to 10 millimeters for parts of New Brunswick. As I mentioned, the heaviest being along the Atlantic coast of Nova Scotia at around 10 to 20 millimeters. And then for Labrador, going to remain quite light, only seeing around 5 to 10 millimeters into Labrador City, only 2 to 5 millimeters for parts of Newfoundland. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will be seasonal to below seasonal today, ranging from 20 degrees in Grand Manan up to 26. Mainly sunny start to your day. A chance of showers moves into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. For Prince Edward Island, pretty much the same. We're looking at mainly sunny skies to start your day. Chance of showers moves into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. Daytime highs between 23 degrees in Surrey up to 24. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, starting off the day with a mix of sun and cloud, seeing a chance of isolated showers, a risk of thunderstorms moving into the afternoon, with daytime highs ranging from 23 to 27. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, we are going to see these daytime highs cooler today as well. 19 degrees in Yarmouth, up to 24 into Halifax. Mainly sunny start to your day, isolated showers, and a risk of thunderstorms expected late into the afternoon. Wind picking up as well with wind gusts of 40. For Labrador City, a high of 16 degrees today with scattered showers expected throughout your day. 22 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, seeing lots of sunshine as cloud coverage continues to clear out throughout the day. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. With less than a week until U.S. President Donald Trump's new tariffs kick in, there's a new twist in the negotiations for a deal. CTV's Mike Lecouture has more on Ottawa's warning to Washington.
The Canadian team spent most of Wednesday huddled inside the Canadian embassy. And CTV News has learned that lead negotiator with the U.S., Janice Charette, warned her American counterpart that federal officials would not be able to control the public or premier's reactions if the U.S. moved forward with 50% tariffs on a swath of Canadian imports in a week's time. Now, it wasn't described as an ultimatum, but sources say U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer understood the reality. There were no face-to-face meetings between the two sides today, but industry leaders remain cautiously optimistic.
I'm hopeful that we're going to get it done.
The president of the Automotive Parts Manufacturers Association is in Washington, making sure he and his American counterparts are on the same page. Flavio Volpe also likes what he's seeing from the negotiations.
That gives me hope because it's demonstrably different than at any time over the last year and a half, and that the Americans are also speaking in real terms. They know the consequence of their trade actions, and that some of those consequences have hurt a major ally.
CTV News has learned that both the Canadian and American trade representatives are aiming to present the layout of a trade deal to U.S. President Donald Trump in the days leading up to the August 19th deadline. One member of the Prime Minister's Advisory Committee on Canada-U.S. Economic Relations believes there could be a path for a deal.
So I think the provinces will see if we can make some progress that will benefit their workers, perhaps on softwood lumber as well, some sort of certainty. It will be worth them pausing or stepping back from their beverage alcohol bans and things like that.
It's unclear if more face-to-face discussions will happen this week, but Canada-U.S. Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc is remaining in the American capital for now.
CTV's Mike Lecouture reporting in Washington. Staying stateside, U.S. President Donald Trump has announced that White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt will leave her role at the end of the month. In a post online, Trump said Leavitt will now be one of his top outside advisors and an influential voice in the Republican Party. He said she's leaving to spend more time with her family. Leavitt joined the Trump campaign in 2024 and served during the transition before Trump selected her as press secretary. At 28 years old, she is the youngest person in that role. Another break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we will have your top business headlines, plus your must-see moment from our colleagues at TSN. We'll be right back.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back to our show on this Thursday morning. It's 6:23 and time to check in with our friends at TSN Sports Center for today's must-see moment.
Hello and welcome inside the Sports Center newsroom. Laura Dykin here with your must-see moment from Wednesday. For that, let's head to the south side of Chicago, the Windy City, where the Reds were visiting the Sox. Top of three, it's Matt McLean hitting one to left center. And look at Tristan Peters up to the challenge. He goes up and keeps this one in the ballpark. Peters Web Gem earns your must-see moment from Wednesday. Well, Thursday on TSN, Week 11 in the CFL officially kicks off as the Lions take on the Stamps. Pre-game coverage gets underway at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. And that does it for us here inside the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great rest of the day.
This TSN must-see moment brought to you by J.R. Rahe's Furniture and Appliances.
And on the markets, the Dow ended the day down 21 points. A major windfall for Canada's largest airline had shares spiking today, reaching the highest point in 6 years. BNN Bloomberg's Lindsay Biscaya has more.
Air Canada shares were cruising comfortably above a 10% gain for most of the day after reporting Q2 earnings and confirming a partial sale of its loyalty program. The airline now confirming it will be selling a 25% stake in Aeroplan to Blackstone and a trio of Canadian pension funds for $2.5 billion. Air Canada says it will maintain full control of the travel reward program's day-to-day operations. Meanwhile, Air Canada also reported revenue and profit that beat expectations in the latest quarter, but it lowered its outlook for the year due to soaring jet fuel prices. Alphabet shares, meanwhile, fluctuated today after Google introduced its latest smartphone lineup. The new phones come with some subtle hardware and design improvements, but also higher prices. Starting prices are $100 higher across the board compared to last year, reflecting an unprecedented memory supply crunch. Some analysts say Google faces a crowded fall market where competitors are offering fresher looks. And here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is up to 71.72. West Texas Intermediate also finished the day higher, up to 83.27 a barrel. Western Canadian Select was down slightly to 65.73. And for the fourth straight trading session, the TSX finished at a new high, up to 36,662 points. Those are your business headlines. I'm Lindsay Biscaya.
Taking a look at our 3-day forecast for today, a high of 25, sunshine to start your day before a low chance of showers returns into the afternoon, a risk of thunderstorms. Cooling down to end off the work week with a high of 23, sunshine to start, a low chance of showers will return with a risk of thunderstorms. Sunshine into the weekend forecast, though, on Saturday with a high of 27. For Nova Scotia, 25 degrees today, mainly sunny skies to start your day. A low chance of showers will return into the afternoon with the risk of thunderstorms. 23 degrees on Friday, sunshine for parts of the province, although we will be seeing scattered showers for mainland Nova Scotia into Cape Breton Island with a high of 23. And then on Saturday, 24 with a mix of sun and cloud. For Prince Edward Island, 24 degrees today, mainly sunny start to your day. A low chance of showers will return into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. Ending off the work week with wet weather, a high of 21. 22 degrees on Saturday, sunshine returns across the island.
Still to come in this half hour, the Move Morning Chat. Today we're asking, what TV show do you dream of being on? Oh my gosh, what a fun topic, and we can't wait to hear your responses. That's coming up this half hour.
Definitely not Lost. That wasn't a good one.
No.
For the characters.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Definitely not that series, drama series, The Morning Show. That is really dark.
I've never watched
I tried to watch
dark.
it.
I watched the first season. It was great, but dark.
It's dark.
I didn't start the second.
Like, it's a dramatic series, so it's taking everything to the nth degree,
Right.
but just they get a lot of the stuff right, the kind of the way morning shows work. And so it was it felt so close to my everyday, and I was just imagining if my life went off the rails like this, it was too stressful to watch.
Yeah. Because we work in media in the industry, it was very well done.
Exactly.
Very close to, and especially in big markets and what people experience.
Yeah, it's big.
But
US
a lot of
markets.
dark stuff added in as well.
Oh yeah, like super.
A good watch though, but
it's a good watch,
stressful.
but it's stressful if you are in the industry. That's for sure.
Exactly.
I like to watch shows that are fun when I do have the time.
Yeah.
Something light, easy going. I think that's why I haven't watched shows really related to news or the industry we're in.
Makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to be. I'll have to think about what show I'd like to be on. Something that involves a beautiful adventure.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So many good ones, I'm sure.
You can have an adventure in your own backyard these days. The weather has been pretty nice.
Yes, exactly. We are going to see much of the same, but temperatures are cooling down as we head towards the weekend. We are going to see below seasonal daytime highs for much of the region. Here's a live look at Fredericton. Pretty light traffic early this morning to start your day. Cooler though, 11 degrees as of right now. Temperatures expected to rise, remaining seasonal though for your daytime high. 16 degrees in both Charlottetown and Halifax, 15 starting off your day in Sydney and into St. John's, Newfoundland. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. Sunshine for much of the Maritimes to start your day. We are going to see a low chance of showers, a risk of thunderstorms to return into the afternoon. Some steadier showers for the Tri-County area of Nova Scotia. Newfoundland, Labrador also going to see a chance of showers, a bit of steadier shower activity, but still quite light for parts of Newfoundland. In terms of our wind forecast, going to start off light, will pick up into the afternoon. As of right now, 20 kilometers per hour into North Cape, 15 in Moncton, 13 in Sydney with 11 in Grand Etang and Charlottetown. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your long-range forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. There's been a fire retardant spill along a northeastern highway in New Brunswick, leaving behind a brightly colored solution. The spill happened on the northbound lanes of Route 11 between Charlot and Jaquette River. According to the province, the solution, which is used to slow or stop the spread of fire, consists of ammonium polyphosphate, which is a fertilizer type of phosphate salt. The province is reviewing any potential impacts to people or the environment. Officials say in the meantime, people should avoid direct contact with the substance. An unscheduled price adjustment means you'll be paying more at the pumps in Prince Edward Island this morning. Gas increased by 5.8 cents a litre, the minimum price now $1.86.2, and diesel increased by 7.5 cents, the minimum price $2.36.2. Prices in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia increased yesterday. CTV Scott Hurst will break down why we're seeing prices steadily increase. That's coming up in our 8 o'clock hour. A cloud of tension between two eastern provinces could soon be lifting. CTV News has learned the federal government and the provinces of Quebec and Newfoundland and Labrador are close to a new deal on Churchill Falls. Sources say a formal announcement on the hydroelectric project could come next week. The province, or the new deal rather, is expected to allow more power to be sent to Labrador, a major sticking point for that province. The original Churchill Falls deal, signed in 1969, resulted in Newfoundland selling power at a discount to Quebec at rates far below market value. Police are investigating a shooting at a homeless encampment in Dartmouth. Halifax police received a call around 2:30 Wednesday afternoon about a man suffering from a gunshot wound in Green Road Park, a designated encampment site. The man was rushed to hospital with serious injuries. No word on whether any arrests have been made, though police say they do not believe this was a random incident. A bail hearing for a man accused of making a bomb threat against the U.S. consulate in Halifax will resume on Friday. The hearing for 54-year-old Ali Asakara was adjourned yesterday after his legal aid lawyer asked for a pause. The suspect was charged with uttering threats and public mischief after police said his vehicle was parked near the downtown consulate with a propane tank and flammable liquids inside. Police have said more charges could be laid. A partial solar eclipse was visible across Atlantic Canada yesterday afternoon. In Halifax, people of all ages gathered on the lawn at St. Mary's University in the afternoon to view the partial solar eclipse. Eclipse glasses were provided and solar telescopes allowed for a close-up look at the moon's passage between the Earth and the sun. Unlike in 2024, yesterday's eclipse didn't cover the whole sun, only about a third was blocked. But similar to 2 years ago, the Maritimes was one of the best places to view the event.
We're pretty good. We are pretty far east in Canada, and the further east and the further north that you go, the better the viewing conditions are.
For example, over 50% of the sun in St. John's was obstructed by the moon at the peak of the eclipse. And it wasn't the only celestial event. Overnight, sky watchers were able to see the Perseid meteor shower. It happens every year when the Earth passes fields in space where asteroids or comets had left debris behind. Finally, Halifax Fashion Week is now underway with several eye-catching events. And for this one, the weather could not have been better.
This is Halifax Fashion Week 2026.
Last night, the Amera Oval was transformed into a runway. This show celebrated Indigenous fashion and ready-to-wear designs. Halifax Fashion Week is actually marking its 5th anniversary, and this year's theme is Rooted.
And it represents the 4 or 5 rooted elements that make us who we are as a community, coming and spanning from different cultural backgrounds. Our Indigenous people our African Nova Scotians, the immigrants that have come here and make it home, and our Scottish heritage has been on full display.
Wow, incredible looks. Halifax Fashion Week runs until Saturday with the special show to wrap up the week at the Lighthouse Arts Centre.
Beautiful designs.
Love it. Next year, we need to go a lot more intense on Halifax Fashion Week. We need to get to these events. Love it. I always envision sitting in the front row at a fashion show here.
Right?
And
we could do that here.
Yeah, I totally could.
Like, yeah.
Exactly. Looking at it with the glasses. Yeah, oh my gosh, it'd be amazing.
Florals for spring.
Groundbreaking. Okay, if you've ever read the book Charlotte's Web, you're going to appreciate this story. A miracle pig is being celebrated at the state capitol of West Virginia. Look at that beauty. Hayden is the pig's name. He's known as a miracle pig, born with a hernia that left a hole in his diaphragm, and that hole caused his liver to move into the chest cavity. So Hayden is the only known potbelly pig in the world to have such a condition, making him truly one of a kind. Hayden was recognized with a legislative citation, and officials say Hayden can serve as an inspiration to anyone who's dealing with health challenges.
What a cutie.
Right?
I mean, also doesn't even have 20/20 vision, needs glasses.
Right?
Hayden's so cute.
Yes, and just it's so much like in Charlotte's Web, even that they put Wonder Pig in the little web behind him.
That is so sweet.
I'm glad he's doing well.
Yeah. His own fan.
And the gentleman who actually gave him the citation has some health issues as well, and it actually says that Hayden inspires him.
Aww.
It's really a nice story.
So cute.
Charlotte's Web, however, such a beautiful story, but we can't
is.
talk about it anymore because I'll start to cry.
Yeah.
No shock there.
Exactly.
But a good one. No spoilers.
No. No.
Okay, still ahead. We're going to head to Hollywood. We'll have entertainment headlines. But before that, we're going to keep the entertainment conversation going with the Move Morning Chat. Today, we want to know, what TV show do you dream of being on? Doesn't have to be a reality or game show. Could be anything. We're going to have some fun in a few moments.
Good morning, Atlantic, Canada. The time now is 6:42. We're taking a live look at Liverpool. Sunshine to start your day. Currently 15 degrees as you head outdoors. We are expecting some isolated showers to move in a little bit later on with a risk of thunderstorms. Now, it is a cooler start to the day right across the region. 16 degrees this morning in Halifax as well as into Charlottetown. 14 degrees starting off your day in Moncton, 11 in Bathurst, 12 degrees in Happy Valley Goose Bay, 15 in Gander. Over to our forecast timeline. Sunny skies for all three maritime provinces early this morning. We do have a bit of precipitation tracking across parts of Labrador. A chance of showers expected today. For Newfoundland, we are going to see a bit of sunshine early in the morning, but also seeing a few showers, a risk of thunderstorms as well. Into the afternoon, isolated showers expected to move in for all three maritime provinces, a risk of thunderstorms. This will continue into the overnight hours, becoming steady shower activity for parts of Nova Scotia. Along the Atlantic coastline, that's where we'll see the heaviest of that precipitation. Into Friday, we do have wet weather and another cool down headed our way to end off the work week. Here's a look at those precipitation totals. 5 to 10 millimeters across parts of New Brunswick, 10 to 20 along the Atlantic coast of Nova Scotia, only seeing 5 to 10 millimeters of additional precipitation for Labrador City, and 2 to 5 millimeters for Port aux Basques as well as into Gander. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs seasonal to below seasonal, ranging from 20 degrees in Grand Manan up to 26. Lots of sunshine to start your day. Isolated showers, a risk of thunderstorms moves in into the afternoon. Steadier shower activity for the northern region of the province. For Prince Edward Island, much of the same. Lots of sunshine early on. Then seeing isolated showers, a risk of thunderstorms expected this afternoon. Highs will range from 23 to 24. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, a mix of sun and cloud early on. Showers and a risk of thunderstorms expected into the afternoon. Still only around a 30% chance of it happening, though. Daytime highs will range from 23 to 27 degrees. Then for the rest of Nova Scotia, mainly sunny skies, isolated showers, a risk of thunderstorms late this afternoon. Daytime highs between 19 degrees in Yarmouth up to 24 in Halifax. For Labrador City, we're looking at a chance of scattered showers throughout your day today, a high of 16, and 22 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, holding on to sunshine throughout the day as cloud coverage clears out. So that's a look at your weather forecast. Let's take a look at the Move Morning Chat. Welcome back to the Move Morning Chat. You're watching this show And we want to know, what show would you like to be involved in? So Crash and Sarah join us this morning. Our question for you today is, if you could be on any show, what's your dream TV show to be on? Crash, Sarah, what are your answers?
Well, we've been talking about this since the big news is that Love is Blind, this crazy dating show on Netflix, is finally coming to Canada. Casting is now open for all your single friends who are interested. For those who don't know, it's a wild dating show where people talk through a wall and they get engaged sight unseen, and we see what happens when they finally make it down the aisle and we find out if love really truly is blind. It is beautiful chaos. So would love to see some maritime representation on here for sure. That would be crazy.
People we know on the
Would love to. But also, it made me think Big Brother Canada is coming back. It's supposed to be on CTV and Crave next summer, right? And I know a few people in my life, this is their life's goal, to be on Big Brother. They've been watching since they were kids, right? So they apply, and now that it's coming back, the dream is back alive, which is crazy. For me, I know if I was on any type of TV like that, I would just cry the whole time, and that's what I'd be known for. Although I'm putting it out there to Canada's Drag Race that I am always available for a makeup challenge. So that's what I'm manifesting. Yeah.
There you go. This is a hard one to choose from because there's been so many great shows over the years, and it's like, are we going scripted, unscripted? You know, like if they were still making Seinfeld, put me in that. I would love to be in like a show like that. You know what I mean? Like I'd play like a weird neighbor or one of Kramer's buddies or something. But my wife and I have talked about this a lot. Like if it was game show related, probably like Wheel of Fortune. She's a huge fan. And we'd go on like the couples week during that. And my job would just be stand there and don't roll bankrupt. That's it.
Period.
She would do all the heavy lifting, all the answers, and it would be good. And hopefully we'd walk away with some cash or something. But I don't know. That'd be a choice for sure.
That'd be really fun. I wouldn't want to be on Seinfeld because you know how it ends. But, you know, just saying, putting it out there.
Good point.
All right. Well, if I had to choose, I'm going with like a game show format. I would love to be on Uh-Oh. Research that YTV game. It's so much fun. People get slimed. Kids would compete, do trivia, a little bit of everything.
Awesome.
And maybe, you know, I would probably suck at playing it, but I could also host it. Maybe a bit of both. Who knows?
Yes.
It's a great throwback. Yeah, I like that one.
Bring an updated version to that. I've said this on the show before. I would love to participate in the Amazing Race Canada. What an opportunity to see the country, learn about it, and then also travel globally with like someone who's really important to you, whether it's a family member or a best friend. I would think my husband and I would do great. We're really good at working together. But I have to be honest, when we posed the question, what's your dream TV show to be on? We didn't specify reality, so my first thought was Animorphs.
Oh, okay.
From 1998. It was a Canadian TV show. It was on YTV, and it was based off a Scholastic book series that I was obsessed with as a kid. And it was 5 teens. Aliens came down. There were good aliens, bad aliens. The good aliens gave them the power to turn into whatever animal that they touched, but there was a limit. If you stayed in that animal's body for too long, you'd permanently stay that way.
Well, what animal would you hope to be is the question, really.
Well, the first one's got to be a horse. You got to gallop.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it all figured out.
Anyways, great theme song. I love that show as a kid.
Nice.
It was top of mind. So we're throwing the question to you at home. What's your dream TV show to be on? Could be a reality show. Maybe it's a favorite show of yours from back in the day. Send us a text at 10400. We will share your answers a little later.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 6:52. We're going to take a look at your entertainment headlines over in Hollywood.
I'd like a bar of chocolate, please. A scrumdiddlyumptious cast has been announced for the Netflix animated film Charlie vs. the Chocolate Factory. The movie is set years after the events of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Joining previously announced actors Kit Connor and Taika Waititi are the voices of Kate Winslet and Helena Bonham Carter. Charlie vs. the Chocolate Factory rolls into theaters in November.
We are older now, but also younger than we'll ever be.
Adults is coming back for a second season. The comedy about a group of friends in their 20s coming of age in New York City will feature guests including Gaten Matarazzo, Jake Shane, and Isaac Powell. Adults premieres on FX and Hulu on August 27th. Disney is the parent company of FX, Hulu, and ABC News.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
MGM Plus has released the first trailer of their new series adaptation of Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities. The new series, starring Kit Harington, comes to the streamer on September 6th. And happy birthday to Avenger star Sebastian Stan, who turns 44 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News.
And in case you missed it, a former Toronto flight attendant has pleaded guilty to posing as a pilot in order to get hundreds of free flights.
CTV's John Woodward has more on how much jail time he could face.
Makes you wanna go. Dallas Pekornik boasted on social media of a high life, a jet-setting lifestyle that brought the former Toronto flight attendant to locations around the world. But U.S. authorities say Pekornik was cheating, posing as a commercial pilot to get over 200 free flights from airlines based in Honolulu, Chicago, and Fort Worth, Texas. Jet plane headed up to the sky. Court documents filed in Hawaii say the scheme came down to earth when he presented the fake pilot ID to an airline employee in Panama who took a picture of the forged badge. The defendant's former employer reviewed the same picture of the badge and confirmed the badge to be fake. Pekornik was arrested and spent 30 days in jail there until he was extradited to the U.S. It's not clear what airline Pekornik worked for, though a Toronto-based airline that code shares with airlines in those cities is Porter. In a statement to CTV News, Porter said, "We're unable to verify any details related to this story." It's not the only pilot credential forged out of Toronto recently. Pilot Jeffrey Wall was charged by Peel Regional Police with faking a pilot's license for 20 years. That case unearthed after ID checking moved from paper to online.
Well, I was very surprised, actually, because the security at the airports is so strict at the moment.
CTV aviation expert Phil Dirty said security around pilot badges and airport restricted access cards could be looked at. Pilots getting these seats also have to be in uniform, something Dirty says shouldn't be relied on because realistic-looking ones are easily purchased online.
One of the things is that being an ex-employee of an airline, they knew what was going to be, what the protocols were, and how to get through the security.
As for Pekornik, he pleaded guilty on Thursday to wire fraud and has agreed to pay the airlines back. John Woodward, CTV News.
All right, taking another look at our 3-day forecast. For New Brunswick, 25 degrees today, sunshine to start your day, before a low chance of showers returns into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. Much of the same to end off the work week, cooling down to 23, and sunny skies return on Saturday, a high of 27. For Nova Scotia, 25 degrees today, mainly sunny start to your day, a low chance of showers, a risk of thunderstorms expected into the afternoon. While the Tri-County area will have lots of sunshine on Friday, most of the province will be looking at scattered showers, a high of 23, 24 degrees on Saturday with a mix of sun and cloud returning. For Prince Edward Island, 24 degrees today, sunshine to start your day with a low chance of showers, a risk of thunderstorms into the afternoon. Cooling down to 21 on Friday with more wet weather ahead. And then on Saturday, sunny skies with a high of 22.
It's Thursday, August 13th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, eyes on the skies. Maritimers get a front row seat to a partial solar eclipse. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And craving a blizzard? Well, today's the perfect day because guess what? It is Miracle Treat Day. We'll chat with an IWK patient about the impact of today's event. That's all coming up this half hour on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. Thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday, August 13th, 7 o'clock this morning. A bit cooler starting off the day across the region, but still going to be quite a lovely day ahead. Bit of precipitation. Can't hurt.
Yeah, that sounds like just what the doctor ordered.
Exactly.
Yeah, love that. Today's Miracle Treat Day, people.
Woohoo!
If you're looking for an excuse, if you look a sign to get a blizzard to treat yourself today, this is your day to do so. We're going to visit Dairy Queen and talk about the details, but all net proceeds from any blizzard, from the little mini ones to the big ones, all of it goes in our region to the IWK.
Incredible.
They're looking to raise, I think, 300 grand. So do your part. I'll see what I can do.
Twist my arm, I guess.
Do you two have a favorite flavor of blizzard?
Great question.
Ooh.
Great.
I haven't had a blizzard in quite some time.
Well, I'm going to go with the mint Oreo. Is that yours too?
Mint
yeah.
Oreo.
Yay.
That's what I
Delicious.
suggest, Latavia, if you're going to get one.
I don't
mint
like
Oreo.
mint ice cream.
Oh, then have Oreo.
Yeah, I
You
like
don't
Oreo.
mint, eh? Okay, well, this is...
I'm more of like a chocolate chip cookie dough kind of girl.
I love chocolate chip.
Yeah,
That's
like
my other fave.
Yeah.
I love it. Quick note, there's a brand new flavor called the Mexican chocolate. And I just inquired, like, what is that? What's in there? And the nice manager, Greg, made me a little mini one to taste. Wow.
Was it good?
Yeah, delicious.
Wow.
Silky. Like a truffle experience.
Oh.
Totally different. Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah, anyway, try it for yourself today. It's going to go for you for a good cause.
Absolutely.
Try it and a chocolate chip cookie dough. And then get an Oreo on the side.
Why not? It's a perfect day to do that over in St. John's, Newfoundland. Cloudy to start, 15 degrees early this morning. Clouds will clear, though. You will be seeing sunshine into the afternoon. So beautiful, sunny days ahead for you. As of right now, it is 16 degrees in Halifax as well as into Charlottetown. 10 degrees in St. John, New Brunswick, with 8 degrees in Cartwright. Over to our satellite and radar, we are going to see sunshine to start your day for all three maritime provinces. A very low chance of some shower activity expected into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. Newfoundland and Labrador, for the most part, will be seeing a chance of showers as well. And in terms of our wind forecast, starting off quite light for all three maritime provinces, 20 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 15 in Moncton with 13 kilometers per hour in Sydney, 11 in Lunenburg and Grand Etang. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll be picking up, though, into the afternoon. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. There's been a fire retardant spill along a northeastern highway in New Brunswick, and it's left behind a brightly colored solution. This spill happened on the northbound lanes of Route 11 between Charlot and Jaquette River. According to the province, the solution, which is used to slow or stop the spread of fire, consists of ammonium polyphosphate, which is a fertilizer-type phosphate salt. The province is reviewing any potential impacts to people or the environment. In the meantime, they're asking people to avoid direct contact with the substance. An unscheduled price adjustment means you'll be paying more at the pumps in PEI. Gas increased overnight by 5.8 cents a liter. The minimum price now $1.86.2. And diesel increased by 7.5 cents. The minimum price to 36.2 a liter. Prices in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, they increased yesterday. CTV's Scott Hurst will break down why we're seeing this steady price increase in our 8 o'clock hour. A new public housing project in Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia is nearing completion. Most of the building for the 22-unit structure happened off-site. The province says modular construction projects like this one will help get more housing built faster. CTV's Jesse Thomas reports.
They were raising the roof. Literally, it was being lifted into place by a giant crane, marking the near completion of this modular construction project that will soon be new public housing, offering rent geared to income at this 22-unit building in Lower Sackville.
I think it does make sense for the province to go this method of construction. Looking at cost, you're looking at a product that, highly efficient.
The construction and development of this project comes with a price tag of around $12.1 million. Modular construction is seen as a vital part of the province's plan to build 515 new public housing units,
which is the biggest announcement in the province history, and we're just about 300 right now that are various degrees of construction, such as this one.
While construction ramps up here on Old Beaverbank Road, there's still 3 to 4 months of work to go before tenants move in. This building is actually 76 modular units, all tied together.
We're shipping roughly 6 to 9 boxes a day which allowed us to set continuously on a daily trend.
These modular units are built off-site in Trenton at the East Cut warehouse and then brought here and assembled on site. The province says this can cut down on construction time and costs, which is an important advantage they're looking for in order to grow the public housing stock. An indicator of the speed is this construction site was nearly empty 4 weeks ago with only a foundation in place.
There's another 22-unit building that's very similar to this one in Glace Bay, and there's 30 units going up in Kentville right now. The modular units really are making a mark, and it's a sector that is ready to really move and really help with supply of housing.
Jesse Thomas, CTV News, Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia.
Thank you so much, Jesse. A partial solar eclipse was visible across Atlantic Canada yesterday afternoon. In Halifax, people of all ages gathered on the lawn at St. Mary's University to view the partial solar eclipse. Eclipse glasses were provided and solar telescopes allowed for a close-up look at the moon's passage between the Earth and the sun. Now, unlike in 2024, yesterday's eclipse didn't cover the whole sun. Only about a third was blocked. But similar to 2 years ago, the Maritimes was one of the best places to view the event.
We're pretty good. We are pretty far east in Canada, and the further east and the further north that you go, the better the viewing conditions are.
For example, over 50% of the sun in St. John's was obstructed by the moon at the peak of the eclipse. And it wasn't the only celestial event. Overnight, sky watchers were able to see the Perseid meteor shower. Happens every year when the Earth passes fields in space where asteroids or comets had left debris behind. Finally, PEI is rolling out a series of benches at locations associated with the best-selling novel This Summer Will Be Different.
And I can see people sitting here and staring out at the water, the wind in their face, and kind of dreaming of their own journey and their own stories. And I'm so touched.
That's Canadian author Carly Fortune sitting on the handcrafted bench installed at Basin Head Provincial Park. Another will be installed at the Point Prim Lighthouse. Other locations featured in her work will see benches over the coming months. Fortune said in a statement that her novel is now part of the landscape thanks to the benches. This book, of course, also getting a lot of attention on the island right now because Netflix is filming a series on the book.
Okay, so I'm reading this right now.
You are? I was going to say, how are you enjoying it?
It's good. I liked the other book that I was reading before better.
Okay.
I think it was every year after?
Carly Fortune.
Every summer after.
Every summer after. I'm getting it confused with the title of the series, which was every year after. That was not good. Okay. But it's not done by Netflix, so I'm excited for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least with this one, they're filming it on the location where the book was based.
Exactly.
Which is neat, yeah.
Yes.
Also, just sidebar, the bench is really cool.
It's so neat.
Very
with the
cool.
waves.
Yeah, it's
like wave-like.
Wave-like it. Yeah, just great design.
Yeah.
Great design.
Well constructed.
Okay, it's time to give something away. Let's do that right now. Your Morning Atlantic and Clearwater are teaming up to celebrate 50 years of seafood. So founded back in 1976 as a small lobster retailer in Nova Scotia, Clearwater has grown into one of North America's largest seafood companies. In honor of their 50th anniversary, one lucky viewer will win 50 pounds of lobster. That is plenty to share. So all you have to do to win is scan the QR code on your screen, and you can enter right now.
Yum, yum, yum.
Makes you hungry for lobster. It's like every summer after, it makes me hungry for oysters.
Oh my goodness, yes.
One of the characters, he's really good at shucking oysters.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's a fun one.
It is a fun one. All right, still ahead, Latavia has a look at the forecast on this Thursday morning. Plus, I'll have your national news headlines. Also, too, the importance of supporting children's hospitals. You can do just that by enjoying a tasty treat during Miracle Treat Day. So Crystal's going to take us to one of those locations a little bit later this half hour. That's as we head to break and we take a live look now at Iona. Wow, look at the blue sky there, calm waters. Forecast in just a moment.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 7:32. We're taking a live look at a beautiful sunny start to the day over in White Point. As of right now, it is 15 degrees heading outdoors. Lots of sunshine to start your day. Showers will arrive into the afternoon, though, with a risk of thunderstorms. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. Definitely a cooler start to the day right across the region. 17 degrees right now in Halifax with 15 into Yarmouth, 10 degrees in St. John, New Brunswick, 11 in Fredericton, 16 in Charlottetown, 11 degrees over in Labrador City, and 16 over in Gander. Here's a look at our forecast timeline. We are going to see sunshine for much of the Maritime region, although we do have a bit of shower activity early this morning for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. Into the afternoon, a chance of showers, a risk of thunderstorms will spread across all 3 maritime provinces. This will continue into the overnight hours, becoming some steadier shower activity for parts of Nova Scotia into the northern region of New Brunswick. Clearing out before early Friday morning, though we will be seeing a bit of sunshine, but for the most part, wet weather continues to end off the work week. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, remaining light for New Brunswick, only seeing around 5 to 10 millimeters of accumulation, 10 to 20 along the Atlantic coast of Nova Scotia, and 5 to 10 for Labrador City, only 2 to 5 millimeters for Port aux Basques and Gander. Over to our forecast today for New Brunswick. Daytime highs remaining seasonal to below seasonal for the most part, ranging from 21 degrees in Edmonton up to 27 in Miramichi and Moncton. Lots of sunshine to start your day, a chance of showers, a risk of thunderstorms into the afternoon. For Prince Edward Island, pretty much the same, mainly sunny skies early in the morning, isolated showers expected into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. Daytime highs will range from 24 to 25. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, looking at highs between 23 degrees in Canso up to 27 today. A mix of sun and cloud, isolated showers expected late this afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. For the rest of Nova Scotia, pretty much the same, looking at a low chance of showers into the afternoon, a risk of thunderstorms. Daytime highs between 20 degrees in Yarmouth up to 25 in Halifax. And then for Labrador City, looking at some scattered showers throughout your day, a cooler daytime high today of 15. 23 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland, a mix of sun and cloud to start your day. Clouds will clear, lots of sunshine throughout your day today. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to meteorologist Kaylin Mitchell.
This is your Campfire Conditions Report, and it is brought to you by Pine Acres RV, where customers become friends. If you are in the province of New Brunswick, you are currently allowed to have a campfire. For the province of Nova Scotia, campfires are allowed between the hours of 7 p.m. and 8 a.m. And for Prince Edward Island, campfires are currently permitted, with domestic brush burning allowed between the hours of 2 p.m. and 8 a.m. for both Kings and Queens counties. Though in Prince County, domestic brush burning is limited to the hours of 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. Remember, as well as those provincial restrictions, to check to make sure you're adhering to any municipal restrictions and bylaws.
Thank you, Kaylin. U.S. President Donald Trump has announced that White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt will leave her role at the end of the month. In a post online, Trump said Leavitt will now be one of his top outside advisors and an influential voice in the Republican Party. He said she's leaving to spend more time with her family. Leavitt joined the Trump campaign in 2024 and served during the transition before Trump selected her as press secretary. At 28 years old, she's the youngest person in that role. Air Canada says it is expecting one of its strongest travel seasons in the fall, despite the rising cost of fuel. The company is also planning to sell a quarter of its Aeroplan loyalty program. CTV's Heather Wright has more on what it all means for passengers.
Air Canada says its fuel costs climbed nearly 50% in the second quarter, largely due to the war in Iran, which has led to volatility in the energy markets. It's a hefty increase that has led the airline to cut profit expectations this year. Still, Air Canada says Q2 revenue was up as Canadians continue to travel throughout the busy summer season.
If you book in time, I think if you do it 2 to 3 months in advance, you're in.
Are prices more expensive this year?
Don't tell me. Yeah.
Some travelers say high ticket prices are making them more aware of all the additional costs that come with traveling.
Typically, we wouldn't think about like paying extra for baggage, but like we were just overweight and we sat there in line, like re-scrambling everything.
In its earnings report, Air Canada also announced a deal to sell 25% of its loyalty program, Aeroplan, to asset manager Blackstone and a group of Canadian pension funds. The $2.5 billion deal sent shares soaring roughly 10%. And while the airline will retain full control of the company, some members are wary of the shakeup.
Changing the details, you spend 10 years acquiring points and status, and it changes overnight. That's a concern.
In a statement to CTV News, Air Canada says Aeroplan members should not expect changes as a result of this transaction. Members will continue to earn and redeem points exactly as they do today, with no change to the member experience.
I don't think any consumer feels good when private equity takes a piece, even if it's a minority stake in any business. That said, It is a minority stake. I do trust the leaders at Aeroplan. These guys are proven loyalty people who really care about the program.
And as part of this deal, Air Canada does maintain the right to buy back this minority stake in 5 to 7 years. Heather Wright, CTV News, Toronto.
Thank you, Heather. We're going to have another break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, Crystal gets the details and a taste of Miracle Treat Day. That's up next. Please stay with us.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
It is Miracle Treat Day. Hurrah! I'm joined by Charlie Hughes, very familiar face to viewers. Hey, Charlie.
Hello.
And a familiar face as well, Chris Murphy, business consultant with DQ. Hello.
Hello.
So great to be here. Let's begin with the context. This is an important day. You've raised a lot of money so far. Tell us about the importance of Miracle Treat Day.
You know, one of the biggest things is really making sure that our children are taken care of when they go into the IWK. And a lot of the funds that come from blizzards on Miracle Treat Day go towards the equipment and even just the regular health care of the children in the hospital. So to us, it's very, very important.
How does it work?
You come to your local Dairy Queen, purchase a blizzard, and all net proceeds from that blizzard goes to sick kids' hospitals across North America.
Yeah.
Here, it's going to all go to the IWK Foundation and the IWK hospitals.
Fantastic, which is music to your ears, Charlie, because you are a champion for the IWK. Why are you so enamored with this organization?
I think that it's really important that people do things like this so that every IWK patient feels like they have support.
And tell us really quickly your story for people who don't know Charlie.
Yeah, so when I was 3 years old, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. And I mean, it definitely changed my life, but the nurses and the doctors there are always really supportive. So it was a lot easier with IWK.
That's a fantastic, important story that I know that you're willing to share. Everybody watching pretty much has a connection to the IWK. I know I certainly do, and I'm grateful for everything that the hospital has done for my family and my kids. So it's really important to support Miracle Treat Day, especially in our region. Delicious blizzards. And name a couple of popular flavors at the moment.
Number one, Oreo, as always.
Yeah.
Chocolate Brown Extreme is a really good one.
Yeah.
We do have the new apple caramel cheesecake that's just come out, and Score.
How much money have you raised so far?
In Canada, we've raised over $58 million for the last 42 years or so. This is the 24th Miracle Treat Day that we're a part of as well. So last year we raised about $275,000 for the IWK last year alone.
Wow, in one day.
So we want $300,000 minimum this year.
We can do it.
So make sure you come out and buy large blizzards, 2 apiece.
Amazing. We will. And guess what? Extra important reason, because it's your birthday, right?
Yes, it is.
All right. August 13th is Miracle Treat Day. It's a day this fine human being was born. A great reason to come out and support Miracle Treat Day. But all hands on deck because they're going to be selling a lot of blizzards. So, Charlie, we're needed in there.
Yeah, I gotta go get my shift.
Exactly. We're on shift. All right, time to make the blizzards. Are you ready, Charlie?
Yes, I am.
All right, Layla, hairnet's on. We're ready to go. How's it done?
So we start just by filling the ice cream in the cups by pulling the nozzle here. There you go. So you just pull that through. So you're gonna pick it a little bit closer up here. Yeah, and you're just gonna fill it to the line and then make a bump. And then you're just gonna pull it to swap. And you gotta do the DQ signature curl. So the Oreo pump, you just pull this and you're gonna put it under here. You're gonna pull it once, all the way, and then push it down, push it back. Just adding the hot fudge in there, and then once you press down on your foot, it'll start blending, and you're just gonna go around, up and down, side to side. Right, make sure you get to the bottom. Yeah.
Oh, well, good try, good try. You get a little extra. I get a little extra, amazing. Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, now I'm gonna try it. Layla, you're a great teacher. Great job, Charlie.
Thank you, you too.
All right, let's, signature thing we got to do. We got to turn it.
Flip it all away.
Wait. Okay, Miracle Treat Day. It's your birthday, Charlie.
Yes.
So we got to come out and support Charlie. We got to come out and support the IWK. Any blizzard, any size, all net proceeds go to the IWK. This is fantastic. Thank you so much, Layla.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you, Dairy Queen, and thank you to you for supporting Miracle Treat Day.
A delicious way to support an amazing cause. All right, taking a look at our 3-day forecast for New Brunswick. 25 degrees today with a mix of sun and cloud. We do have a low chance of shower activity into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. Much of the same ending off the work week with a high of 23. Sunshine into the weekend, warming up to 27. For Nova Scotia today, we're starting off the day with sunshine, isolated showers and a risk of thunderstorms into the afternoon. 23 degrees to end off the work week, starting off with sunshine for the Tri-County area, scattered showers for the remainder of the province. Sunshine across the province on Saturday, though, with a high of 24. For Prince Edward Island, 24 degrees today, mainly sunny skies, isolated showers into the afternoon. Scattered showers to end off the work week on Friday with a high of 21. 22 on Saturday with sunshine across the island.
Coming up this half hour, lacing up for a cause close to our hearts. The Navy divers are already training for their annual 50K run in support of daddies. We'll get details on how you can support the divers ahead of their big fundraising journey and how you can take part. That's coming up in 15 minutes here on Your Morning Atlantic.
Who shot this video? It's 7:30, halfway through the show. I don't know if you heard me say it. Who shot this video? I actually thought that video was beautifully done. And this one shot it. Yeah.
No way.
Like she knows what she's doing or something.
Right? And that was with a cell phone.
It looks gorgeous.
It was on a Saturday morning last year. I've gone out for the past couple of years. They're entering their third year of the 50K run in the sense that it's open to the public. It's a run that you can sign up for as a civilian. It's in October.
Yeah.
All support Christmas daddies, yeah.
Why would we be talking about it now? Well, if you want to do a 50K run, there is training required.
Absolutely.
So you got to get that process started early. So that conversation's coming up. Also, we'll continue our conversation about blizzards with some blizzards that we made yesterday that we brought in. Reminder, today is Miracle Treat Day.
Yes,
so
it is.
you anytime any blizzards you buy in the region goes to support the IWK. Looks like it might be weather supportive of the Blizzard Initiative.
Yeah, we are going to see sunshine into the afternoon for many areas across the region, although we do have some pop-up shower activity expected for parts of Atlantic Canada. Here's a live look at St. John, New Brunswick, though. Beautiful sunny start to your day. Cooler, though, this morning, currently 10 degrees. Temperatures will rise, remaining below seasonal, though, today. 16 degrees starting off your day in Charlottetown with 17 in Halifax, 13 in Happy Valley Goose Bay, 11 in St. Anthony. As I'd mentioned, we do have some shower activity expected, a very low chance of showers for much of the Maritimes into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. Newfoundland and Labrador will be dealing with a bit of wet weather as well throughout the day. Here's a look at our wind forecast for the Maritime region, remaining light this morning, picking up into the afternoon. But as of right now, though, 19 kilometers per hour into North Cape. We're looking at 13 in Moncton and Charlottetown. 11 kilometers per hour in Grand Etang. No wind gusts to report as of right now. And we'll take another look at your forecast coming up. But first, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. There's been a fire retardant spill along a northeastern highway in New Brunswick, and it's left behind a brightly colored solution. The spill happened on the northbound lanes of Route 11 between Charlot and Jacquette River. According to the province, the solution, which is used to slow or stop the spread of fire, consists of ammonium polyphosphate, which is a fertilizer type of phosphate salt. The province is reviewing any potential impacts to people or the environment. Officials say in the meantime, the public should avoid direct contact with the substance. An unscheduled price adjustment means you'll be paying more at the pumps in Prince Edward Island. Gas increased by 5.8 cents a liter, nearly 6 cents. The minimum price now $1.86.2. And diesel increased by 7.5 cents. The minimum price $2.36.2. Prices in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia increased just yesterday. CTV's Scott Hurst will break down why we're seeing prices steadily increase. That's coming up in our 8 o'clock hour. A piece of a monument dedicated to 3 RCMP officers who were killed in the line of duty in Moncton in 2014 has been stolen. Nadine Larsh told CTV News she was visiting the statue of her late husband, Constable Doug Larsh, Wednesday morning when she noticed one of the 12 bronze maple leaves that wrap around the monument was missing. Larsh says she can't fathom why anyone would do such a thing.
I'm very angry that somebody came here and stole one of the bronze maple leaves from the base of the monument. when we all put our thumbprints in the base of the monument on the leaves to kind of leave our prints there for forever.
The monument was built to honor constables Doug Larsh, Dave Ross, and Fabrice Gévaudan, who were shot and killed by a gunman in Moncton on June 4th, 2014. RCMP are investigating the theft and looking for any video surveillance from the area. Halifax police are investigating a shooting after a man was found with a gunshot wound at a homeless encampment in Dartmouth. The victim was found on Green Park Road and taken to hospital with serious injuries. Police say the investigation is in the early stages, but they do not believe this was a random incident. The area at Green Park Road where the man was found is one of 2 homeless encampment sites designated by the city. The future of a New Brunswick environmental fund is in question, raising concerns for researchers and local watershed associations. CTV's Anna Mandan reports on why and the impact it could have on blue-green algae research.
The future of New Brunswick's Environmental Trust Fund and many watershed associations around the province are at risk. Environment Minister Gilles Lepage says the province has secured funding for next year, but he cannot confirm beyond then.
We have to find the funds somewhere. So we're trying to find some solutions within our department and within our partners.
That's a concern for many environmental groups, like the Hammond River Angling Association, which is devoted to preserving the Hammond River watershed.
If the funding does not continue, the overall impact would be really, really large. For some of the smaller organizations, this could include a significant decrease in staffing capacity or potential to not run their organization at all.
Something she says could impact habitat restoration, wildlife protection, and natural infrastructure upgrades. Watershed associations also contribute to cyanobacteria or blue-green algae monitoring. A research scientist with the Canadian Rivers Institute says that plays an important role in her research.
It's not just my work, it's the ability to work with other people and the ability for science to be able to reach the public and these other groups that are doing the same type of work.
It's not just watersheds. The fund supports a variety of programs, including conservation, waste management, and environmental awareness initiatives. Its importance is not lost on Lepage.
I've been working with the watershed associations prior to being minister when I was critic of environment, and that's what we heard. They need sustainable financial contributions and partnership.
He says $7.5 million is available for funding next year. Anna Mandan, CTV News, Fredericton.
Thank you, Anna. And we have an addition to the set here this morning.
Indeed.
Wow.
It's Miracle Treat Day. Oh, look at that, a close-up. We love this. Go ahead and try, girls. The folks at Dairy Queen, big shout out to Greg and Kelly. They prepared these for us today because today is Miracle Treat Day. A reminder that 100% of net proceeds from every Blizzard sold at participating locations will be donated to the IWK. Across the nation, it's Miracle Treat Day, and children's hospitals are supported nationwide, but in our region, it is the IWK. The goal is to try to raise $300,000. They did $275K last year.
Wow, incredible.
So if you head out today, it's a beautiful day for it. You can get a Blizzard.
So delicious.
I would just like to point out this is the second day in a row we've had ice cream.
Holy moly, that's
before
delicious.
8 a.m.
This is the classic Oreo.
Ooh.
Any Blizzard flavor is delicious, but you know what? Sometimes going back to basics is ideal.
So yummy.
I will say from experience, one day I had 3 Blizzards in a day, and
really?
That might have been 1 too many. I'd say 2. You're fine.
What?
3rd, I'd started to get stabbing intestinal pains. But 2, you're fine. Especially if you spread it out. I didn't spread it out. This was.
Why did you have 3 in a day? What was going on that day?
Because I went with my kids, and then there was like a birthday party or something, and I picked up my kids, and it was at a Dairy Queen, and I had another one, and then we were heading to Cape Breton, and we stopped at the gas station, and there was a Dairy Queen, so I got a 3rd Blizzard.
I love this.
Anyway, I'm telling you, 1 is perfect, 2 is great, 3 is too many. For one person.
Unless you split them up between.
However, if you do want to buy as many as you want, just, share the wealth with friends and family.
Well, we're going to take a break from snacking because we want to remind you about the Move Morning Chat question today. So we're asking, what's your dream TV show to be on? It could be a reality show. It could be a show from back on the day. Maybe Gilligan's Island. Who knows?
I would love to be on a show where you get to test flavors of ice cream.
Oh my gosh, Great British Bake Off. What about that?
That would be a good one.
Yes, please. I'll be a judge.
I do love cookies and cream ice cream, and this is basically what a blizzard is. Delicious. Oh my gosh. Wow.
All right.
So good.
Still ahead. Great day for ice cream. Latavia has the forecast, but also too, I know it's August, but you got to start planning ahead for the fall and also Christmas daddies. Planning well underway right now.
Great
we
idea.
know Christmas months away, but the Navy divers are already making big plans for their annual Christmas Daddies fundraiser, and it's why they raise so much. We'll get details next.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada, and welcome back. The time now is 7:43. We're taking a live look at the skate park over in Yarmouth. 16 degrees early this morning. We are expecting a chance of showers a little bit later this morning before steady showers and a risk of thunderstorms moves into the afternoon. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generator. 17 degrees early this morning in Halifax. 16 starting off your day in Charlottetown. A bit cooler in Fredericton at 11 degrees. 13 degrees over in Happy Valley Goose Bay. 16 starting off your day in Corner Brook. Over to our forecast timeline for much of the Maritime region, starting off the day with sunshine. We are going to see a bit of precipitation move in for both Newfoundland and Labrador early this morning. A chance of showers is expected. Some steadier shower activity will move into parts of Newfoundland into the afternoon, still remaining quite light though in its activity. And then for the Maritime region, a chance of showers and a risk of thunderstorms for all three Maritime provinces, around a 30% chance of it happening. Steadier shower activity expected into the afternoon for the Tri-County area of Nova Scotia. Then into tonight, we hold on to precipitation for the most part, bringing us into early Friday morning. We will be seeing some sunshine return for parts of the region, although we will be seeing a wet day ahead with scattered showers expected for much of the region as well. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, looking at around 5 to 10 millimeters for New Brunswick, 10 to 20 along the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia. Pretty light for Labrador City with only 5 to 10 millimeters, and 2 to 5 for parts of Newfoundland. For a forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will be ranging from 21 degrees in Edmonton up to 27. Mainly sunny start to your day. We do have isolated showers and a risk of thunderstorms expected into the afternoon. For Prince Edward Island, looking at daytime highs between 24 to 25. Lots of sunshine early in the morning. A very low chance of shower activity expected into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms as well. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, pretty much the same. A mix of sun and cloud early on. A low chance of showers will move into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. Daytime highs will range from 23 degrees in Canso up to 27. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, holding on to sunshine early in the morning. We are going to see isolated showers for mainland Nova Scotia into the afternoon. Steadier shower activity for the Tri-County area with daytime highs between 20 degrees in Yarmouth up to 25 in Halifax. For Labrador City, cooler daytime high of 15 degrees today. We do have scattered showers expected throughout your day. 23 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at lots of sunshine as cloud coverage continues to clear out. So that's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Crystal.
Thanks, Latavia. It's 7:45. Now, it may be August, but for anyone who physically trains for fall running events, know that training is underway right now and planning also underway for December's Christmas Daddies Telethon right here on CTV. And one of those fundraising traditions is the contributions of the Navy divers. Members of the Fleet Diving Unit Atlantic run 50 kilometers in support of the telethon. And for the past 3 years, they've been holding the run in mid-October, allowing civilians to run side by side with the divers. So with all that said, here is Sailor First Class Sam Phillips joining us today. Thank you for joining us, Sam.
Thank you for having me. Very happy to be here.
We are thrilled to have you here. We just really appreciate all the hard work that you and your colleagues do. You ran the event last year for the first time. How was that experience?
I did. It was tough. It was an unforgiving route, a long 50 kilometers, but the perfect day for it. We had a great amount of people in attendance, just over 30 people, which is the most we've ever had. So that made it a lot easier running around with all your friends and all these people that were there to help support us in our Christmas Daddies fundraising efforts.
Yeah, it looks like a mighty group of people. You do have to train. I know you have to stay in tip-top shape. I tried the Navy Force fitness test. I know that you're in excellent condition. So you work out regularly, and did you have to do extra training to make the 50K possible?
Oh yeah, for myself, I was going out every weekend. going on some long runs. My girlfriend wasn't too happy with me. but yeah, lots of training to go into that. I recommend if you're looking at doing it this year, get out there now, start training while the weather's nice, and it'll set you up for success for this year's run.
For sure. So the event is Saturday, October 17th.
Yes, correct.
Training is necessary, but of course, like, that's okay. 50K can be done. I bet you felt an amazing sense of accomplishment when you were done.
Oh, yes. When that was done, it was a great feeling. Knowing that you've just completed that distance for starters was quite something. That was a first for me. But also knowing that you did that distance in support of such a great cause.
Yes.
Christmas Daddies means a lot to me. I love volunteering my time for it every year. And we're back at it again this year and excited to see how much money we can raise.
How much money did you raise last year?
Last year was a record-breaking year for us, over $33,000. I think we beat our previous record by over $6,000.
All right, so people can support the efforts by actually participating in the run. Fee is $100, right?
$100 registration fee, and that goes straight towards our fundraising efforts.
That's fantastic. If people aren't up for running 50K, there are a lot of people who are, but there are a lot more who can't run 50K. How can they support the Navy divers in supporting Christmas Daddies?
Yes, we have a GoFundMe set up. If you go on GoFundMe and search up Navy Divers, you'll see our page there. This is the 44th year we're doing it. So nice big title there, 44th Annual Navy Divers Fundraiser for Christmas Daddies.
Wonderful. And we get to run alongside fine people like you, because there's a lot of conversation in 50K.
There is. There's lots of opportunities to talk and chat with your friends as you're running. We encourage not just you to sign up, but to get your friends out, get your buddies out, and make a full day out.
Definitely. Where do we get the information for signing up and the GoFundMe?
Signing up is on Race Roster. Again, if you just search up Navy Divers 50K, and same thing with the GoFundMe, Navy Divers 50K, you can find us there too.
Fantastic. Yeah. Thank you very much for coming in today.
Oh, for sure. Thank you.
And for your ongoing support. So
course.
Important. All right, wonderful. We'll put all that information on our website. Just imagine the great shape you'd get in training for this 50K October 17th. 7:49. We're going to take a little 2-minute break, and we'll be back with our show right after this. Actually, we've got to go over to Amanda right now. Sorry, Amanda. I know you're the Navy Divers champion, too. How could I forget?
That's okay. That's okay. By the way, Salt Marsh Trail, nice and flat. A little windy, though. Health and medical news now. Doctors worry that U.S. President Donald Trump's new executive order on vaccines will stoke fear and confusion among parents at a time when measles is raging, immunization rates are falling, and children are heading back to school. It's one of the topics in your health. The order advocates separating the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine into 3 different single disease shots and giving all childhood immunizations at separate appointments when possible. It also includes several changes to the childhood vaccine schedule already attempted by Trump's health department, which have been blocked by a federal judge. Doctors say the recommendations are not based on science and worry they will worsen vaccine hesitancy and endanger kids. Millions of Americans with untreated high blood pressure should be taking medication. That's according to the American Heart Association and American College of Cardiology. That's because nearly 10 million Americans now meet newly updated guidelines that redefine an adult's risk for cardiovascular disease. But a new study shows nearly 1 in 3 Americans with untreated high blood pressure would benefit from treatment and are not getting it. The study was published in the Journal of the American Heart Association. Finally, if you've ever suspected your dog can pick up on your emotions, you're right. They can by face reading. That's the word from a new study in the journal iScience, in which researchers not only established dogs' ability to discern human moods by examining our facial expressions, but also pinpointed the spots in the brain where that processing takes place. Researchers at the University of Vienna trained dogs to be comfortable inside an MRI scanner and studied how their brains reacted to pictures of human faces. They found the dog brain could categorize emotions as positive or negative. This isn't the first study to find that dogs respond in unique ways to human faces. Other research has shown that when a human face is happy, for example, dogs look more at the eyes than the mouth. The researchers believe their work can help improve the already deep ties dogs and humans share.
We just have one milestone to pass along for you today. It is a 60th anniversary for Brian and Barbara Dunnett of Miramichi.
Congratulations, 60 years to celebrate. That's fantastic news.
Happy anniversary. And to see your milestone again or to find out how to submit one, visit our website by scanning the QR code on your screen. And a reminder that milestones must be received 2 weeks in advance. All right, well, it's not even Pet Talk Day, but we are talking about rescue animals and not just about cats and dogs.
The Humane Society in Guelph, Ontario, takes in all types of animals, typically on 4 legs, but sometimes they slither. CTV's Jeff Pickle has a story.
At the Guelph Humane Society, they of course have dogs and cats. And now a 5-foot boa constrictor.
We have a common boa constrictor, also called a BCI, probably the most common boa constrictor that people keep as pets in Canada.
The snake was found in Arthur on the road Saturday night and turned in by a brave resident.
So a community member had actually very kindly contained the snake prior to calling us, so they were able to safely transport the snake in a large plastic container.
The Humane Society says snakes are rare and a snake of this size even more unique.
We see a lot of stray dogs and cats and rabbits, but it's fairly unusual to find a snake of this size loose in Wellington County.
Despite its size, experts say a snake like this is not considered dangerous.
Pretty harmless. They're, I think, about 10 pounds. We have them at 5 kilos or so. I wouldn't leave a baby around the snake unattended. I wouldn't leave like a very small dog or a cat. Even then, I think the dog or cat would probably come out on top.
A unique pet, Dr. Brown says snakes are escape artists, but are also often abandoned by their owners.
We worry about them, like owners not realizing how big they are or not having a plan for when they get bigger and then either letting them go or trying to put them on Kijiji or something like that. So that can be an issue.
Dr. Brown says anyone who adopts an animal like this needs a lot of space and time.
They live a long time. Like these guys, at least 40 years we would expect. I've seen them personally at 40 years old, and that's a tough commitment. A lot of people get them when they're younger, and you don't know what your life will look like 40 years later.
The Guelph Humane Society say they are hopeful to get in contact with the snake's owner or will be placed up for adoption.
So in the event that the snake is unclaimed, we will look for a new home for it. Now, not every municipality allows for snakes in their animal control bylaws, so we do encourage everybody to check with their local municipality before applying to adopt snakes.
Anyone with information or interest can contact the Guelph Humane Society. Jeff Pickle, CTV News, Guelph.
Taking another look at our 3-day forecast, starting off with sunshine for New Brunswick, seeing isolated showers and a risk of thunderstorms move in this afternoon. 23 degrees to end off the work week, sunny skies early on with isolated showers returning. On Saturday, sunshine across the province, warming up to 27. For Nova Scotia, we're looking at a high of 25. We are going to see sunny skies to start your day. Isolated showers with the risk of thunderstorms for much of the province. Looking at some steadier shower activity for the Tri-County area with the risk of thunderstorms. Then on Friday, 23 degrees as your daytime highs. A mix of sun and cloud returns for the Tri-County area. Scattered showers for the remainder of the province. And then 24 on Saturday with a mix of sun and cloud across the province. For Prince Edward Island, 24 degrees, mainly sunny skies with isolated showers, a risk of thunderstorms into the afternoon. Cooling down on Friday to 21. We are going to see scattered showers and a risk of thunderstorms return into the weekend forecast on Saturday, 22 with sunshine across the island.
#1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Thursday, August 13th, today on your Morning Atlantic. Eyes on the sky. Maritimers of all ages get a front row seat to a partial solar eclipse. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And ready, set, school. Some say it's the most wonderful time of the year. Make it back to school fun and successful for your student. That's the topic of our conversation coming up this half hour on Your Morning Atlantic.
Hey, good morning, Atlantic Canada. We're so happy that you could join us on this Thursday. It is 8 o'clock and still in the middle of August, enjoying the summer season, the summer vacation. But you know, you do have to get that list, get back to school ready, have it done, or else you're scrambling. I have scrambled one year. I said, I don't want to do it yet, and I pushed it off to the last week, and it was too busy.
You regretted that?
I regretted that.
Things sell out fast.
So quickly, and the list can be so specific too for school supplies, but I'm happy to say most of it's done. We just have a couple things left to get.
Nice.
Just like new indoor shoes. So the fun thing.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, there are a lot of great deals right now. I did pick up a few things just because I actually love the stationery and things. I haven't let that go since I was a kid. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
So there are fun aspects to it. Anyway, great conversation coming up. Weather's a big part of people's day for just getting up, and you need to know how to dress. That's where you are going to give them that information.
Well, okay, I guess so. We do have sunshine to start your day for much of the Maritime region, as you can see over in South Maitland. Beautiful sunny start to your day. Cooler though, 15 degrees to start. We are going to see temperatures rise, but remaining below seasonal for much of our daytime highs. And we do have a bit of precipitation expected into the afternoon. 17 degrees right now in Halifax with 16 in Charlottetown, 10 degrees in St. John, New Brunswick, 8 degrees over in Cartwright, 16 in St. John's. Over to our satellite and radars. Sunny skies early in the morning, isolated showers and a risk of thunderstorms for much of the Maritime region. Some steadier shower activity expected this afternoon for the Tri-County area of Nova Scotia, though. Newfoundland, Labrador also will be seeing a chance of showers throughout your day today. And in terms of the wind forecast, starting off quite light, 19 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 13 into Moncton and Charlottetown, 11 in Grandetang. No wind gusts to report as of right now. So we'll take another look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. There's been a fire retardant spill along a northeastern highway in New Brunswick, leaving behind a brightly colored solution. The spill happened on the northbound lanes of Route 11 between Charlot and Jaquette River. According to the province, the solution, which is used to slow or stop the spread of fire, consists of ammonium polyphosphate, which is a fertilizer type of phosphate salt. The province is reviewing any potential impacts to people or the environment. Officials say in the meantime, people should avoid direct contact with the substance. An unscheduled price adjustment means you'll be paying more at the pumps in PEI. Gas increased by 5.8 cents a liter overnight. The minimum price now $1.86.2, and diesel increased by 7.5 cents. The minimum price $2.36.2. Prices in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, they increased yesterday. CTV's Scott Hurst will break down why we're seeing this steady increase in prices at the pumps coming up in about 10 minutes' time. A cloud of tension between two eastern provinces could soon be lifting. CTV News has learned the federal government and the provinces of Quebec and Newfoundland and Labrador are close to a new deal on Churchill Falls. Sources say a formal announcement on the hydroelectric project could come next week. The new deal is expected to allow more power to be sent to Labrador, a major sticking point for that province. The original Churchill Falls deal, signed in 1969, resulted in Newfoundland selling power at a discount to Quebec at rates far below market value. The man accused of making a bomb threat in Halifax on Monday will be back in court on Friday. 54-year-old Ali Asakara faces charges of uttering threats and public mischief after a bomb threat was made to the U.S. consulate in Purdy's Wharf, which caused the evacuation of nearby streets. Police said later there was no threat and the roads reopened. The accused was set to appear in Halifax Provincial Court Tuesday and Wednesday, but both hearings were adjourned.
We're still waiting for the police to complete their investigation. The relevant facts, pertinent facts that could still be there, they're important to both the Crown and defense. So just waiting until Friday to allow that investigation to continue so that we have more information.
The accused is scheduled to be back in Halifax court at 9:30 tomorrow morning. Some big changes are being introduced this week to how weather alerts are being reported. In particular, warnings for severe thunderstorms and tornadoes.
This new system is more targeted, so the forecaster is able to essentially draw a shape like a polygon that encompasses the severe weather threat itself and the areas that are likely to be directly impacted by it.
Environment Canada meteorologists say the goal isn't only to narrow down the warning area, but also cut down on the number of weather alerts popping up on smartphones, also known as alert fatigue. The change from broad to targeted warnings only applies to severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings. A partial solar eclipse was visible across Atlantic Canada yesterday afternoon. In Halifax, people of all ages gathered on the lawn at St. Mary's University to view the partial solar eclipse. Eclipse glasses were provided and solar telescopes allowed for a close-up look at the moon's passage between the Earth and the sun. Unlike in 2024, yesterday's eclipse didn't cover the whole sun. Only about a third was blocked, but similar to 2 years ago, the Maritimes was one of the best places to view the event.
We're pretty good. We are pretty far east in Canada, and the further east and the further north that you go, the better the viewing conditions are.
For example, over 50% of the sun in St. John's was obstructed by the moon at the peak of the eclipse. And it wasn't the only celestial event. Overnight, skywatchers were able to see the Perseid meteor shower. It happens every year when the Earth passes fields in space where asteroids or comets had left debris behind. Now to a different kind of star. Halifax Fashion Week is underway with several eye-catching events. And for this one in particular, the weather could not have been better.
This is Halifax Fashion Week 2026.
Last night, the Amera Oval was transformed into a runway. This show celebrated Indigenous fashion and ready-to-wear designs. Halifax Fashion Week is marking its 5th anniversary, and this year's theme is Rooted.
And it represents the 4 or 5 rooted elements that make us who we are as a community, coming and spanning from different cultural backgrounds. Our Indigenous people, our African Nova Scotians, the immigrants that have come here and make it home, and our Scottish heritage has been on full display.
Oh, that second tartan look. Halifax Fashion Week runs until Saturday with a special show to wrap up the week at the Lighthouse Arts Centre. Never been to the Lighthouse Arts Centre as well. It's a really nice venue in downtown Halifax. It's the old convention center building near the Scotiabank Centre, but yeah, it's nice to see.
Good one. And I'm excited to see Halifax Fashion Week growing every year.
Yes.
Okay, we've got exciting news. Time to give away a prize. If you like lobster, listen up. Atlantic, Your Morning Atlantic and Clearwater teaming up to give away 50 pounds of lobster. Founded 50 years ago as a small lobster retailer in Nova Scotia, Clearwater has grown to one of North America's biggest seafood companies. So in honor of this big anniversary, one lucky viewer will win 50 pounds of lobster. So if you'd like that viewer to be you, simply use that QR code to go to ctvatlantic.ca and you could win that 50 pounds of delicious lobster.
Yum, yum, yum.
Good luck.
All right, we're going to have another break here. Still ahead, Latavia has the latest look at the forecast on this Thursday. Plus, I'll have a look at your national and international news headlines. We're going to take a closer look at the price of gas this week. The prices have been fluctuating throughout the week and are expected to again tonight. Till then, we're taking a live look following the Halifax Transit Ferry.
We're really following it.
We are really following it between Halifax and Dartmouth. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 8:11. We're taking a live look at Blockhouse. Sunshine early this morning to start your day. Currently 17 degrees in your area. We are expecting showers and a risk of thunderstorms to move in late this afternoon. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. As of right now, it is 19 degrees heading outdoors early this morning in Sydney. 18 degrees starting off your day in Halifax with 16 in Charlottetown. 15 degrees now in St. John, New Brunswick. 11 in Labrador City, as well as into St. Anthony. So over to our forecast timeline. We do have sunshine for much of the Maritimes early on this morning. A chance of some shower activity moves in for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. And then into the afternoon, we will be seeing a few steadier showers expected for parts of Newfoundland. Then for the Maritime region, isolated showers, a risk of thunderstorms for all 3 Maritime provinces, although we will be seeing some steadier shower activity move into the Tri-County area. For tonight, much of the same. A bit of precipitation will take us into early Friday morning. Starting to clear out, though, leaving a bit of sunshine early in the morning on Friday before wet weather returns in the forecast. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, around 5 to 10 millimeters expected for New Brunswick. Along the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia, we're looking at its heaviest at around 10 to 20. And then for Labrador City, 5 to 10 millimeters is expected, only seeing 2 to 5 millimeters of additional precipitation for parts of Newfoundland. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs seasonal to below seasonal today, ranging from 21 degrees in Edmundston up to 27 in Moncton. Mainly sunny start to your day. Isolated showers expected this afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. For Prince Edward Island, pretty much the same. Sunshine early on. We do have isolated showers expected to move into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. Daytime highs will range from 23 degrees in Surrey up to 25. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, starting off the day with a mix of sun and cloud. A very low chance of shower activity is expected this afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. Daytime highs between 23 degrees in Canso up to 27. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, we are going to see sunshine early in the morning, although later this morning we will be seeing some steadier showers move into the Tri-County area, a risk of thunderstorms. For mainland Nova Scotia, a low chance of showers into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms as well. And then for Labrador City, scattered showers throughout your day today with a high of 16 degrees, so definitely a cooler day ahead. 23 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, seeing the return of sunshine throughout your day as clouds continue to clear out. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. Prices at the pumps in New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and PEI have all increased this week. The unscheduled price adjustments are due to significant shifts in the market. Here to break down why we're paying more and if we can expect any relief is CTV's Scott Hurst. Good morning, Scott. Boy, it's been a volatile few weeks when it comes to energy prices, up and down. I think the question on the minds of many people, are we seeing any reprieve? Are we going to get a break anytime soon?
Good morning, Amanda. Whether your commute is here in Toronto like me or for your viewers in the Maritimes, it is a shared frustration and has been a shared frustration for many months now, as prices have remained on average well above the levels seen since before attacks in Iran began earlier this year, leading to significant disruptions through the Strait of Hormuz. And despite the U.S. president insisting the critical waterway is open, maritime tracking data does not back up that claim. Earlier this week on Tuesday, just 8 ships getting through. Before the war, well over 100 would pass through the crucial waterway each day. So with so few tankers getting through, it's hard to pinpoint any massive reprieve for consumers on the horizon. As analysts explain, the future direction of gas prices will hinge upon what's happening through that shipping channel. Now, despite the ongoing stalemate between the U.S. and Iran, oil prices are slightly lower today, weighed down by the International Energy Agency on Wednesday, sharply reducing its forecast for global oil demand this year as supplies remain squeezed by the closure of the strait and high prices deter buyers, Amanda.
Wow, only 8 ships out of 100 going through?
Well over 100 to get through each day,
wow.
Yeah, before.
Okay, there have been calls to extend the gas tax holiday. What's the latest on that? Where does that stand?
At this point, the end of summer will mean the end of this gas tax holiday. It is set to expire on Labor Day. Remember, it was back in April the federal government announced the suspension of the fuel excise tax on gas and diesel until Labor Day, put in place to help us save a few bucks every time we had to fill up because of the price fluctuations. Now, months later, there's still no guarantee the war is anytime soon, and prices continue to fluctuate. There have been calls for Ottawa to extend this gas tax holiday, notably from Ontario Premier Doug Ford, penning a letter to the Prime Minister late last week asking him to extend the gas tax holiday until at least the end of this year or scrap it altogether, writing Canadians can't afford higher taxes at the pumps right now with the price fluctuations we're seeing, especially as U.S. President Donald Trump continues to threaten even more punishing tariffs on Canadian goods, Amanda.
And we're expecting prices at the pumps to once again change overnight here. Scott, thank you so much for breaking it down for us.
Thanks, Amanda.
CTV Scott Hurst reporting live for us from our national newsroom in Toronto. Now to an announcement in Halifax from the federal government on climate resilience projects in 128 communities across Canada. Several of those projects are being developed in Nova Scotia. According to the government, these projects are being supported by the Green Municipal Fund's Local Leadership for Climate Adaptation Initiative. One of these projects is in the HRM, and it will implement cooling measures in parks.
I'm very proud to announce that our government is investing over $34 million to support 128 communities from coast to coast to coast to strengthen their climate resilience and protect Canadians.
With this funding of $785,380, we are appreciative of every penny here at HRM. We will build shade structures and drinking water access in our parks.
The 141 projects that we're announcing today look at different designs, whether it's a wharf upgrade in the town of Woody Point, Newfoundland, the misting stations in Victoria, BC, the erosion control in Barrie, Ontario, or the extreme heat mitigation for 16 community parks right here in Halifax.
The timeline in the actual parks that will see the improvements will be announced at a later date. With less than a week until U.S. President Donald Trump's new tariffs kick in, there's a new twist in the negotiations for a deal. CTV's Mike Couture has more on Ottawa's warning to Washington.
The Canadian team spent most of Wednesday huddled inside the Canadian embassy. And CTV News has learned that lead negotiator with the U.S., Janice Charette, warned her American counterpart that federal officials would not be able to control the public or premier's reactions if the U.S. moved forward with 50% tariffs on a swath of Canadian imports in a week's time. Now, it wasn't described as an ultimatum, but sources say U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer understood the reality. There were no face-to-face meetings between the two sides today, but industry leaders remain cautiously optimistic.
I'm hopeful that we're going to get it done.
The president of the Automotive Parts Manufacturers Association is in Washington, making sure he and his American counterparts are on the same page. Flavio Volpe also likes what he's seeing from the negotiations.
That gives me hope because it's demonstrably different than at any time over the last year and a half, and that the Americans are also speaking in real terms. They know the consequence of their trade actions, and that some of those consequences have hurt a major ally.
CTV News has learned that both the Canadian and American trade representatives are aiming to present the layout of a trade deal to U.S. President Donald Trump in the days leading up to the August 19th deadline. One member of the Prime Minister's Advisory Committee on Canada-U.S. Economic Relations believes there could be a path for a deal.
So I think the provinces will see if we can make some progress that will benefit their workers, perhaps on softwood lumber as well, some sort of certainty. It will be worth them pausing or stepping back from their beverage alcohol bans and things like that.
Now, it's unclear if more face-to-face discussions will happen this week, but Canada-U.S. Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc is remaining in the American capital for now.
CTV's Mike Couture reporting in Washington. Another break here on Your Morning Atlantic. On the other side of it, we are talking about back-to-school prep with Denise Wild. Please stay with us.
Welcome back. It's 8:23, and we're getting ready for school. As families begin to prepare for the return to classrooms, our partner and DIY contributor, Denise Wild, returns to share some creative ideas for a better back-to-school reboot. Good morning, Denise.
Good morning, Crystal. It's great to be here. Yes, the countdown is on for back to school.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, we're trying to squeeze out summer, but it is good to be prepared. So how can parents help fuel kids for success ahead of getting back to school?
Absolutely. So while, we're back to school shopping is kicking into gear, we're pulling out those lists, we're crossing off those supplies. Maybe it's lunch items and snacks, classroom supplies, even clothing. While you're out there shopping, there's a really simple way you can help kids directly in your own community. When you choose to round up your purchase at checkout at your local Loblaws or its participating banner stores here in Halifax, that's Atlantic Superstore, 100% of that donation goes directly to PC Children's Charity, which helps provide meals and snacks to kids in schools right in your community. It's their Powerful Kids program, because every child deserves to head back to school feeling ready to learn. And it's just such a simple, easy way to support your local school right down the road.
Definitely a great idea, and something we can all do even if we don't have little kids in school. Although, by the way, your son is checking out some very cute clothes. You've got great clothes there at the Atlantic Superstore.
Shopping assistant, yeah.
All right, what's another affordable but stylish way we can send kids back to class?
Okay, so let's talk about upgrading your IRA. Maybe you've redone your prescription. Oh, Craft avalanche. Okay, if your glasses are on that back to school list, Specsavers has a great offer right now. You can get 2 pairs of kids' glasses from just $69. You can keep one in their home, keep one at home, tuck one into their backpack, so you're not scrambling if you leave a pair behind. This offer is available now until September 27th. There are so many fun styles to choose from. You can browse all of the kids' styles, including these new Bluey glasses for younger kids. My son is obsessed with Bluey, and you can find your nearest store also online at specsavers.ca.
Fantastic. I checked them out myself, had a great experience. Okay, we only have like a minute left, so let's get through. You got some great ideas for how to have a DIY, a back to school.
Got it. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so let's start off with some personalized bag charms. Take some beads, take some letters. Sorry, I have lots of stuff. Take some little letter beads, colorful beads, and you're going to take some stretchy elastic to make name tag bag charms. Basically thread the elastic through the beads, attach those name charms to your water bottle, your backpack. This is just a great way that kids can personalize. And then finally, I have some plain canvas shoes that you can dress up with a little homemade DIY. You're going to take some permanent markers on those canvas shoes, draw any fun design that you want, and then you can spray it with a rubbing alcohol. In order, these are still the name tags, but just another project.
Well, you know what? I love the name tags. That's a really smart and fun way to do things. Okay, now we're on to the shoes.
Okay, sorry. We do have the time. Okay, take a pair of plain canvas shoes. You're going to wrap the bottom sole. Oh, gosh, I'm a mess here. Wrap the bottom sole with some painter's tape, and then take some permanent markers, draw a fun design on them. Kids can get creative. This is a fun project they can do in those final days before school starts. And then you're going to spray it with rubbing alcohol spray. It kind of makes all the colors blend together, and then you have a fun little DIY tie-dye. You know, we're just personalizing, customizing our back to school, heading in with some new kicks, some new eyewear, and of course, rounding up your purchase.
Yeah, great way to
KC Children's Charity.
Fight boredom too on a kind of rainy day too. Great ideas, Denise. As always, thanks so much.
Thanks, Crystal. Happy back to school, everyone.
Yeah, you too. All right, we are going to take one more break as we head into the 8:30 hour, half hour rather. There we have the little charm idea. Isn't that neat? You don't need to just have these for kids. We could do that for our own little bags too. It's 8:27. We'll be right back in about 2 minutes' time.
Coming up in this half hour, Vive l'Acadie, we're dancing the morning away and learning more about the Grew Time Festival that kicks off today in the Halifax area. Let the good times roll and stay with us. That party just getting started in the last 30 minutes of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. The time now is 8:31. Half hour left of the show. I'm very excited to see the dance group that's coming.
Me too. Me too. So excited to see this group in action. La Swing de Souette, because they're named after Les Souette Winds, which you know so well.
I actually Googled their name.
Really?
We were typing up everything yesterday. I was like, wow, look at that.
Right.
Look at that. Les Souette wind warnings. Very famous in Cape Breton.
There's a Les Souette dance warning. They're going to be coming up very soon. Be prepared for that. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I was going to say during the commercial break we could hear some of their music and a bit of practicing. So it's going to be a great performance.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Because from what I can experience at arm's length from Acadian culture, because my daughter was involved in the schooling, it's like Acadian culture has its own unique flavor, but in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, and then even in Cape Breton, it's a little bit different.
That's what I've heard.
They all bring their unique kind of spin on it. So I can't wait to see how these dancers interpret everything.
Well, we shall see.
We shall see. We shall see.
All right, we're going to talk about the weather forecast now. A beautiful sunny start to the day over in Trua. Hello,
sir.
Sister. Taking an early morning stroll, perfect time to do that because we are seeing sunshine across all 3 maritime provinces to start your day. Isolated showers expected into the afternoon. 18 right now in Halifax as well as into Charlottetown, 14 degrees in Fredericton, a bit cooler in Labrador City at 11 and 17 in St. John's, Newfoundland. So we're definitely seeing temperatures start to warm up across the region, holding on to sunshine for the Maritimes early on with a chance of showers, a risk of thunderstorms expected this afternoon. Steadier shower activity expected for parts of Newfoundland as well as into the Tri-County area of Nova Scotia. And in terms of our wind forecast, slowly beginning to pick up, but still quite light early on. 26 kilometers per hour into Canso, 19 in North Cape, 15 in Grand Etang and Sydney. No wind gusts still to report at this time. We'll take one last look at your forecast coming up. But first, one last look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you so much, Latavia. There's been a fire retardant spill along a northeastern highway in New Brunswick, leaving behind a brightly colored solution. This spill happened on the northbound lanes of Route 11 between Charlot and Jacquette River. According to the province, the solution, which is used to slow or stop the spread of fire, consists of ammonium polyphosphate, which is a fertilizer-type phosphate salt. The province is reviewing any potential impacts to people or the environment. Officials say in the meantime, the public should avoid direct contact with the substance. An unscheduled price adjustment means you'll be paying more at the pumps in PEI. Gas increased by 5.8 cents a liter, the minimum price now $1.86.2, and diesel increased by 7.5 cents, the minimum price now $2.36.2. Prices in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, they increased yesterday. We will have the latest prices tomorrow morning as they're expected to change once again overnight. A piece of a monument dedicated to 3 RCMP officers who were killed in the line of duty in Moncton in 2014 has been stolen. Nadine Larsh told CTV News she was visiting the statue of her late husband, Constable Doug Larsh, Wednesday morning when she noticed one of the 12 bronze maple leaves that wrap around the monument was missing. Larsh says she can't fathom why anyone would do such a thing.
I'm very angry that somebody came here and stole one of the bronze maple leaves from the base of the monument. And we all put our thumbprints in the base of the monument on the leaves to kind of leave our prints there for forever.
The monument was built to honor Constables Doug Larsh, Dave Ross, and Fabrice Javadin, who were shot and killed by a gunman in Moncton on June 4th, 2014. RCMP are investigating the theft and looking for any video surveillance from the area. Halifax police investigating a shooting after a man was found with a gunshot wound at a homeless encampment in Dartmouth. The victim was found on Green Park Road and taken to hospital with serious injuries. Police say the investigation is in its early stages, but they do not believe this was a random incident. The area at Green Park Road where the man was found is one of 2 homeless encampment sites designated by the city. A bail hearing for a man accused of making a bomb threat against the U.S. consulate in Halifax will resume on Friday. The hearing for 54-year-old Ali Asakara was adjourned yesterday after his legal aid lawyer asked for a pause. The suspect was charged with uttering threats and public mischief after police said his vehicle was parked near the downtown consulate with a propane tank and flammable liquids inside. Police have said more charges could be laid. A cloud of tension between 2 eastern provinces could soon be lifting. CTV News has learned the federal government and the provinces of Quebec and Newfoundland and Labrador are close to a new deal on Churchill Falls. Sources say a formal announcement on the hydroelectric project could come next week. The new deal is expected to allow more power to be sent to Labrador, a major sticking point for the province. The original Churchill Falls deal, signed in 1969, resulted in Newfoundland selling power at a discount to Quebec at rates far below market value. PEI is rolling out a series of benches at locations associated with the best-selling novel This Summer Will Be Different.
And I can see people sitting here and staring out at the water, the wind in their face, and kind of dreaming of their own journey and their own stories. And I'm so touched.
That's Canadian author Carly Fortune sitting on the handcrafted bench installed at Basin Head Provincial Park. Another will be installed at the Point Prim Lighthouse. Other locations featured in her work will see benches over the coming months. Fortune said in a statement that her novel's now part of the landscape thanks to the benches. Finally, a zoo in San Diego marked World Elephant Day with the release of a video showing a herd of adorable elephants. Video is from the Elephant Valley at the San Diego Safari Park. In the video, a male African savanna elephant can be seen splashing around in a watering hole. The female elephants in the background also there enjoying a lovely dust bath, as they call it.
Beautiful.
I love
Majestic
elephants.
creatures. I know.
They are majestic creatures. Wonderful. Thank you, Amanda.
You're welcome. We love a good animal video on that.
We certainly do. Some interesting videos, not always as exotic. A community in London, Ontario was left utterly speechless after seeing this sight.
Cow parade.
It's a cow parade indeed. It's not something you typically see every day in your neighborhood. A herd of cattle was seen making their way along a residential street. Well, dozens of cows had escaped a broken fence, so community members helped get the animals back to the field nearby. No cows or animals were hurt, but some great video was taken.
Some great video.
They're like, let's go, boys.
Where are they headed?
No clue.
The store? There's cows of all ages there. Where are they headed? Do you think?
I don't know, but
we're free.
They're free, yeah.
Greener
They are.
pastures? Looking for greener
They're
pastures?
looking for greener pastures, too. Do you know what it made me think of? I think it was earlier this summer, RCMP and PEI, they issued a tweet in the morning saying, heads up if you're driving along this one route because 50 cows escaped their paddock.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we can get a photo from that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
There you go.
All right, well, speaking of community gatherings, we're going to talk about the community calendar now. The Chariot Festival kicks off in Fredericton later this week. The multicultural, family-friendly celebration will bring the community together through music, cultural performances, food, and a traditional chariot procession.
That's neat.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. And the festival will take place August 16th. To learn more, head over to the website on your screen.
Will they play Chariots of Fire?
We don't
They
know.
definitely should. And Old Week Home returns to Charlottetown. The annual event will feature all kinds of great activities. There will be a fair, a market, musical performances, races, and competitions. Old Home Week kicks off Friday, August 14th and runs until Saturday, August 22nd. For tickets, head over to their website. And come out and celebrate Acadian Heritage Month in Halifax. There will be an Acadian flag-raising ceremony at Grand Parade in Halifax, August 12th at noon. For additional details, head over to the Halifax website. And if you do have an upcoming event, send us the details. We'd love to promote it. Your Morning Atlantic at ctv.ca.
Speaking of Acadian heritage, coming up next, we're celebrating National Acadian Day with a dance. The Grew Time Festival is going to run from today until Saturday. We'll have a sneak peek at one of the many performances that you can see that's just ahead here on the Thursday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
A gorgeous start to the day over in Summerside. 18 degrees right now. Happy Thursday. The time now is 8:43. Sunshine will be sticking around into the afternoon. A very low chance of showers is expected, though, to move in. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. 19 degrees right now in Sydney with 18 in Halifax. 15 degrees in St. John, New Brunswick with 11 in Labrador City. 16 over in Gander. We do have sunshine for all three maritime provinces starting off your day. Newfoundland, Labrador, a bit of a cloudier day ahead. We are going to see a bit of shower activity move in for both provinces. Into the afternoon for the maritime region, isolated showers, a risk of thunderstorms for all three maritime provinces. Some steadier shower activity expected for the Tri-County area this afternoon. Precipitation continues across the maritime region. Quite low and spotty in this activity, though. Will remain into early Friday morning before clearing out. We will be seeing a bit of sunshine, but also holding on to some wet weather to end off the work week. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, only seeing around 5 to 10 millimeters for parts of New Brunswick. Along the Atlantic coast of Nova Scotia, the heaviest being 10 to 20. And then for Labrador City, we're looking at 5 to 10 millimeters of precipitation, only 2 to 5 for parts of Newfoundland. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, below seasonal to seasonal daytime highs today, ranging from 21 degrees in Edmundston up to 27 in Moncton. Mainly sunny start to your day. Isolated showers expected into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. For Prince Edward Island, mainly sunny skies early in the morning as well. Isolated showers and a risk of thunderstorms into the afternoon. Daytime highs between 23 to 25. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, much of the same. Sunshine to start your day. A low chance of showers moves in into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. Daytime highs between 23 degrees in Canso up to 27. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, highs between 19 degrees in Yarmouth up to 25 in Halifax. Mainly sunny skies. We're looking at some isolated showers for mainland Nova Scotia into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. For the Tri-County area, some steadier shower activity. And then for Labrador City, scattered showers throughout your day, a cooler daytime high of 16, 23 degrees with lots of sunshine across St. John's, Newfoundland. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Crystal.
Thank you so much, Atavia. Now, Acadian Day is August 15th, but celebrations are already underway, including in our studio. Dancing is a huge part of Acadian culture, so today we're getting the party started by welcoming La Swing du Souhait, a dance troupe from Shetty Camp, to our studio this morning ahead of their performance during the Grewtime Festival in Halifax on the waterfront this afternoon. Welcome to the show, everyone. Bienvenue. So happy that you're here. So, Kaylee, you are the choreographer and dance instructor for La Swing du Souhait. You said you've been dancing since you were a little kid?
Yeah, so most people in Shetty Camp, if you grew up, especially if you're a female girl, you grew up wanting to be in this troupe. So you start at school in grade 1, grade 2, and then you go up right till you're grade 12. And we're lucky enough that we are still able to dance as adults, so too.
That's fantastic. Well, I have family in Inverness County, and in the Oran, there are often images of La Swing du Souhait in action, skirts swirling. It's always been my dream to see you perform in person, so this is a big day for me. But people today can see the dancers perform for free on the waterfront, right?
Yeah, we're dancing at 1 o'clock, part of the Grewtime Festival. We're in that tea time little like pre-show festival, so we're really excited to be part of that.
Yeah, and then tonight as well, you're dancing with
And
Six
then
Hearts.
tonight at 7, we will be dancing.
7, okay, perfect. And Six Hearts is the name of the group that you're performing with. Very good. Where else can people see La Swing du Souhait in action?
We're very lucky. The girls practice throughout the whole year, so we're really lucky that in Shetty Camp specifically, or in Cape Breton, we got a lot of opportunities to dance. We have an annual concert every year in spring, but during Celtic Colors, during the fall, and during Christmas time, there's always many, many festivals and concerts that we can dance through.
Well, it's fantastic. Shetty Camp, I feel, has its own Acadian flavor with the dancing, the music, even the food. Tell us about the name La Swing du Souhait. What's the meaning of that?
La Swing du Souhait really is a play on words because in Shetty Camp we get extremely big winds. I'm sure you guys talk about them probably a lot on here. Souhait just means a southeastern wind, and we are usually heavily hit by these 150, 200 kilometer winds. So it's very much a play on words that these girls bring that kind of intensity to the stage, and it's been like that for almost 30 years.
Well, a great introduction. Let's see La Swing du Souhait in action. Here we go.
Thank you.
thank you so much. And great job, Kaylee. Thank you. And merci control room for those great shots of the dancing. We put all the information about the Grue Time Festival on our website and La Swing de Souhait. It's 8:50. We'll take a little break and be right back after this. Great job. Yay. I loved it.
Goodness, what another round of applause for those young dancers.
Beautiful work.
So great.
Oh my gosh, incredible ambassadors, well-spoken. They're here for all business. I said, oh, you're here visiting. Wonderful. What's the first thing you're going to do? Where they're like, well, we're dancing.
Yeah.
They're dancing.
Like I thought they might say they're going to the mall. Or nope. They're here to work. So I love that professionalism. It's incredible.
Lovely young ladies. So we want to bring the answers to the Move Morning Chat because we're asking if you could be on any TV show, what TV show would it be and why? That could be scripted or reality show, anything. So we're having fun with that. Here's what you had to say. Candace, we love her from Cape Breton. Besides your morning. I loved to be on Jeopardy. I loved watching you as a kid and would always get yelled at for blurting out the answers. But you're at home. It's not like you're letting the host know.
Exactly.
Yeah, Candace, if you're in the region, you let us know. We see what we can do about getting you on.
Getting you on.
Yeah.
Getting you in here. Next up, we have Donna from Halifax, Wheel of Fortune, of course. Wouldn't that be fun to spin?
I would love to feel how heavy the wheel is. Does it spin easily?
Yeah.
I'd like to know.
Tic-tac. Satisfying.
Also, click, click. The old days when Vanna used to actually turn the letters around, that would have been a neat experience as well.
Yeah. I need to see. It's so glamorous. Next up, Nancy from Paradise. As the middle girl child in my family, this is funny. I always picture myself as Laura from Little House on the Prairie. Trials and tribulations. Always worked out as Pa was such a good, patient daddy who always gave her the benefit of the doubt. Learning how to graciously deal with life issues with loving care. Pa was a hottie too, so that was a bonus. Easy on the eyes.
I'm dying. That's funny.
Yeah, wait till you watch the new Little House on the Prairie. That's
a daddy.
Pa's even better. It's funny. I used to fantasize about being a Little House on the Prairie when I was a kid too, and also revealing my age. Facts of life. I used to always like imagine that I was in a private girls' school. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is fun. This is cool too. Ron from Howie Center says, the TV show I would love to be on is Blue Jays Central with host Jamie Campbell. It's a half-hour show and they talk about the upcoming Blue Jays game for the day. I feel like I have enough knowledge about baseball that if I were on that show, I wouldn't embarrass myself. Go Jays, go. Oh, wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, you'd do great. Suzette Bellyville will join you.
Oh, yeah.
Hosting. Yeah.
Side by side. People who know their baseball really know it. Mo from Bathurst said TV show would be Sanford and Son. That was real clean comedy.
Okay. You probably are familiar with that show, but it's from the 70s. It's about a father and son. They had a little bit of a tense relationship. They worked a junkyard. It was a classic show. Yeah.
I will have to look that one up. Chris from Dartmouth, Family Feud. It's a fun game. Plus, I would like to meet Steve Harvey. So he'd be doing the American version, because there's a Canadian version as well.
Yes, that would be fun.
Oh, it is funny. Pat from Timberlea, if I always wanted to be on one of those cooking shows, but I'm no good under pressure.
That's fair. Me either.
That's the thing about even being on the game shows. It looks easy when you're at home, but imagine being under that pressure.
Yeah,
like that lightning round on Family Feud where you got to come up with the answers really quick. Oh, bet that's hard.
Yeah. LJ, I would love to work at the bar at the Rovers on Coronation Street for a day, and I would like to be a contestant on Press Your Luck.
Those are great answers.
That's a great answer.
Yeah, it'd be fun to be like on your favorite show, but like not a main character, but like a side character, so you could kind of just sit back and be part of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't have to deal with the stress. They come to you with the troubles, and you're like, pour them a drink, help them solve it.
Put the little towel on your shoulder and be like, oh, tell me about it, you know?
Ted Danson's in the background.
Yeah, and you can have all the pop you want from that little hosey thing and just pick the flavors of the buttons. That's a great gig. Oh, wow.
The regular?
Exactly.
Make it a double.
All right, well, cheers to you at home. We hope you have a great day. We're going to wrap up the week with the Friday edition of Your Morning Atlantic. 6 a.m. is the start. Hope to see you then.
Going off.